hustle on the mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on the mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Yo. Let's see who's gonna win this boxing match. Nah, you say you want him. You telling me to box? You box him.
Oh, matter whatever goes you want, bro.
Why am I boxing and I'm hot? Chat, we got chat. Babe hoodie. Chat, y'all got babe hoodie or Godspeed? Oh, you know him, Drake?
Y'all got babe hoodie.
How many? 30 seconds?
Yeah, 30 seconds. I'm putting time on.
Tyler. They say Tyler.
I got myself.
I wanted to see that.
Chat, who the y'all got him? Ask y'all questions. Speak up, bro.
Glad somebody else boss.
Babe.
Who you got? I got
Tjay?
Oh, he just called him out or something?
Yeah, Buck on him. You don't want to do that.
Hold on. Let me hear this shit. I can't hear nothing.
All right, put your hands right here. 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 Come.
That's why shit been happening.
Put your hands right here.
All right, this one we got. Up to.
And hold up. And it's going to who y'all who? What's your name? Huh? What's your name?
Go up 100 times.
What's your name? J-Mac. J-Mac sneaks. Disgusting. Buckle. All right. I'll put the time on for 30 seconds.
That's that shit. That's that shit. Academics was talking about that backdoor shit.
One. Ding, ding, ding. What?
Okay. Get to it. You trying to sleep shit.
That's it. That's 30 seconds.
That's 30 seconds.
I want to mix him. I want to put so much belt on him. I like that. He would got what? Good shit, my demon. Wait, somebody, you calling niggas out?
Whatever, bro.
Who won though? You won. Nah, we ain't
Who won, chat?
We ain't got to run it back.
Run it back right now, bro.
Nah, he won.
It's gonna be over. You don't want a knockout, you know.
I'm a boxer. I'm boxing. I'm boxing. I'm playing with you. What's something I do now? We're not doing that.
You go.
He said, I'm boxing, nigga. And that nigga said, man, we ain't doing that. Man, like, y'all crazy. I'm boxing.
He finna box. Tyler is wild.
So what? He ain't wild. He on that. He said the nigga called him out.
I don't know. Yo, chat. They tell him how Tyler will get knocked out. They bugging. Wait, time out, chat. Yo, time out.
Just calm the Damn, it's my Swift. Yo, Tjay, how y'all feeling, Tjay?
Tell him.
I'm showing you how to beat it up.
We about to see.
Chad,
We about to see how swift he is.
Chad, Tyler gonna knock him out. I got 5K on Tyler right now.
So who we got in this corner? Tata James. Who we got in this corner? Yeah. Who we got in this corner?
Jay might get on here.
Who we got in this corner? 30 seconds. Tata James. Let's go. Go back up. 30 seconds.
That just said Tata. That's Tata, man.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah. Wait.
Man, this nigga crazy, man. I don't even like how that started, man.
Let's go. Oh yeah. Wait. Hey! Wait.
That boy ain't want his hat to come off. That boy did not want his hat to come off.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah. Wait.
That boy did not want his hat to come off. That bit hat came off. He got mad as a bitch. That's when he really wanted to knock Buddy out.
Wait. Go. Wait.
Khalil, you doing all that? You might as well do some shit with you might as well do some shit with the white boy now. You gonna get in the paint like that? I don't know. Tyler look like he finna get work. Tyler look like he getting work. Tyler look like he was getting work right there. Hold on. The cameraman on Tyler's side, because he didn't want to show that.
Wait.
Man, that's more than 30 seconds, man. This bitch is boxing for 2 minutes.
Done. Trash. Y'all don't resolve conflict like that in the courthouse. We got fuck, nigga. No, he doing windows. Who does these? Yo, I feel like I was swinging so slow. You was swinging slow. I'm just
You was.
Huh?
You was.
I was swinging so slow.
It's a cap. Like this man knocked Buddy out. That man ain't knocked nobody out. They just got me with that bullshit. I thought he really knocked Buddy ass out.
He was just
jumping in when niggas got gloves. Y'all cut it out, man. Tyler's finna get his ass. He been getting work. He almost got his ass knocked out.
Ever since I exposed the killer of Draco the Ruler, the Bloods have been on me. They've been trying to expose me. They've been threatening to kill me. And they've been moving at the direction and leadership of no other than Munchie B. Multiple dudes then bum rushed Draco and his security guard, Coop. Coop then was able to get one dude, but then the other dude was able to go around Coop and stab Draco in his neck and stabbed him. Coop is yelling at LAPD, get him! LAPD then flashed the light, and before they could flash the light, the dude took off. But who was that dude that stabbed Draco in his neck? Who was it? He's a friend of Munchie B called Frankenstone. His legal name is Frank Williams. Now, this particular screenshot right here
Frank Williams
is
killed
footage from another murder that Frank Williams is involved in. These folks been trying their hardest to get under my skin ever since I exposed that Munchie B's homie, Frank Williams, murdered Draco the Ruler. Ever since this information came out, Munchie B has been mortified, he's been terrified, he's been panicking because his homies blame Munchie B for this information getting out. They hear Munchie B going on Clubhouse and telling Clubhouse that he passed the bottle to Draco the Ruler's killer every day. Right? They see Munchie B on podcast saying Draco the Ruler died because he dissed Red Bull. They see Munchie B, you know, being close to me, and they probably know, you know, him and Munchie B probably have had discussions about Draco the Roller's killer. And they blame Munchie B so much that they've been calling for Munchie B to come and get DP'd for playing police games online. A DP, for the employed and moisturized, is when gangs call grown men who are part of the gang to discipline them. And they discipline you by essentially spanking you, jumping you, beating you up, and that's supposed to correct you. And grown men actually pull up to get DP'd. It's absurd. I've never seen nothing like this before in my life, okay? So people from Munchie B's gang, they've been online calling for Munchie B to show up and get DP'd. Munchie B apparently has been ducking the DP. They even threatened to come to No Jumper to DP Munchie B. They send Munchie B a message and they say, that's what you get. You hated on me to a bit. I mean, Munchie B does this a lot, all right? Trust me, I know, okay? I'll never forget. We are not friends. You started. I keep ish going. F Munchie and all his supporters. Your 2-on-1 is waiting for you. Yet they protecting. We coming to No Jumper soon. No man is safe. We coming together. So because of the pressure his homies is giving him, Munchie B is panicking, frantically trying to do anything to get me to get off this Draco the Roller stuff. It's not working, man. Y'all murdered Draco the Roller in cold blood. Y'all murdered that man for absolutely no reason whatsoever. He had a son, he had a family, he had a mama who loved him, and y'all murdered him in cold blood.
I don't know if it was for no reason, though. That's what you're not going to do. You know, that nigga did get disrespectful.
I'm not getting off that. What y'all did was wrong. Somebody needs to go to jail for this. So Munchie B started off, right? His first strategy was to make threats, right? To threaten me, to have other people contact me and threaten me. You know, multiple blood members DM me, threatening me. Munchie B also made a cryptic status and posted to his story, essentially sending like a cryptic threat my way. So Munchie B posts, this internet is a dangerous place and people would do or say anything for clout, clicks, or attention. But when one of y'all get chipped behind a YouTube clip, be sure to have your people stream the funeral. Don't be selfish and leave your family behind a viral moment. Hashtag stay woke. Now, almost simultaneously, other blood members, bro, I lost count, was DMing me messages like this. A possible Inglewood family member or somebody who's a blood, right? You know, it could be either or. But they utilize Munchie B's moniker, the B team, right? So they said, stop playing with the B team before you get your issue, homie. Fair warning. Fair warning for what? Y'all about to murder me because Munchie B is telling you guys to come and get me? Hey, listen, man. Understand this. Okay, my work ain't gonna stop. Like, if I go, there's gonna be 1,000 more people who still going to investigate this Draco the Roller stuff, bro. It's not stopping here. When the threats didn't work, Munchie B got more creative and decided he was gonna take another way. He was gonna try to expose me. All right, now his idea of exposing me, by the way, is I woke up today and I found out that Munchie B was sending pictures around to DJ Academics, to Remo, to Adam22, and other bloggers. The picture that he was sending out was a picture of one of Munchie B's homegirl taking a sneak picture of me while I'm at my desk after sticking heavy beef stick in her. I stuck the heaviest of the beef stick in her. And I got comfortable and started typing, and I let a little groupie take a little pic, man. What can I say, bro? All right? I ran through half of LA. What can I say, man? Right? The Inglewood girls love Flacco, man. The blood bitches love me, man. I don't know what to say, bro. That's not embarrassing to me, bro. I stuck heavy beef stick in her, man. I ran through a lot of Munchie B's homegirls, and he probably have a lot more pictures of me running through his homegirls. I can't help myself, man. All they wanted was $150 and a 3-piece from Popeyes, 2 biscuits, 1 Sprite.
Now you're tripping, because that's how they gonna get you. They letting you know how the fuck they gonna get you if they ever gotta get you, nigga. They letting you know it's gonna be through them bitches. You on here popping shit, you gonna let your guard down one day. You gonna forget. And them bitches gonna be on your head, and them bitches gonna be the reason of your downfall. You better just stick to crip bitches, not. you better leave them blood. I'm telling you, matter of fact, it's gonna be one. You ain't even gonna know that bitch one. If they really trying to line you up, you ain't even gonna know that bitch is one. And she gonna give you a discount, $100. You said $150. And they gonna give you a discount. She done already ate and she just want $100. You going for it. You going. And it's gonna be the baddest one of the baddest. Your antenna's gonna be up, but she gonna be so bad, you gonna be like, fuck it. And that's how they gonna get you, nigga. Thinking with your dick. They letting you know how they gonna get you, bro. They know they must have did their homework on you, because you damn sure on her popping shit about that picture.
That's a deal I couldn't pass on, homie. All right, you mean to tell me, man, the B team ain't taking better care of their women, that they go in for $150 and a 3-piece from Popeyes? Now, I had to drive all right, to the Popeyes near Hoover Street and USC. Okay, so it was a little dangerous, but still, Munchie B has been sending me texts threatening me that he has more pictures and that these women who, again, I'm assuming, all right, you know, after they got their beef stick, they 3-piece Popeyes at 150, apparently that was not enough, right? You know, they wanted to be seen with me, so they was taking pictures. Hey, I must admit, okay, all right, I should have been more careful when sticking beef stick into blood bitches, man. But this was like, I can't even tell you how long. Yo, I was still at my old apartment before I moved to Santa Clarita, so this was like years ago, right? But apparently Munchie B, you know, has been receiving these pictures and he's threatening to expose him with it. Listen, man, all right, sir, you posted, I call the police, you go to jail. Also, bruh, like, you ain't catch me doing no gay stuff. You ain't catch me doing, like, nothing scandalous. You ain't catch me, all right, with no penis around me. Nah, bro, yo, you catch me with a girl, your homegirl, after she got beef sticking up by me. All right? By me, man. I'm sorry. Listen, I was in LA for a couple of years. I ran through half the city, man. I'm sorry. Now, once that didn't work, once Munchie B seen that that was not gonna work, right? Because you can't really shame me, right, for clapping cheeks. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. You can't shame me, homie. All right? So once that didn't work, Munchie B decided he was going to now resort to lies. And these lies that Munchie B told on me is laughable because it's so debunkable. When these people don't got dirt on me, or they don't got dirt that they think will embarrass me, don't embarrass me, they go to lies. They go to the usual, all right? Now, Munchie B did a video where he goes ahead and accuses me, by the way, of meeting a girl at No Jumper who was a minor and then giving her $2,500 to clap cheeks. Sir, the minute you said $2,500, everybody knew he was a liar. Ain't no cheeks in LA going for $2,500, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, man. But he goes and he makes these claims. And from the very second he makes the claims, everybody else have been debunking it on social media. I haven't even had to speak yet. But I'm going to speak and let you guys know how Munchie B is a pathological liar.
No. Now, I pointed this out because this K7 little told whatever she is. And that day she came, had a little female with her by the name of Destiny, right? Flacco met the girl Destiny that day. Destiny some hoeing. Now, the thing is, I ain't gonna put that on K7. I don't know if Destiny is his work. I know this little Down syndrome looking right here that's trying to be a rapper, but I don't know if that tagged along with her. Maybe that's her whole partner. I don't know. But Flacco meets this little in the lobby, Destiny, and he paid $2,500 for the box. Right? But that's not the bad part, right? Now, I've been knowing this since last year.
How you been knowing something that never happened? Now, Munchie B, by the way, don't provide no receipts of this ever happening. He's just saying it, right? But this is cap, and we're gonna show you his cap because the girl he's talking about has never been to No Jumper. It never happened, right? It never took place. Munchie B just literally made this up. Now, Munchie B even called K7, like after he dropped this video to try to like get K7 to go with him, but K7 told him straight up, bro, like that girl wasn't with me at my No Jumper interview. Like what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's just cap. Like, you're just lying. But watch Munchie B continue and try to paint this narrative. And by the way, after Munchie B gets done, we're going to provide the receipts to show you Munchie B is a pathological liar.
I done told people. I done told Young Ant. I done told Ricky about this Victoria's Secret ass nigga and him purchasing this little right here. Destiny, right? But what I didn't know, at the time she was 16 or 17. I didn't know the girl Destiny was 16 or 17. I didn't know, right? Now, this interview's from 2 years ago. So she 18, 19 now. I hope at the time she wasn't K7 and you pimping on no minor, bro. I hope that wasn't the case. I ain't gonna put that on you. But what I do know, Flacco, you purchased the little Destiny, bro. Nigga, I bet you if you click the D's in your contacts, Destiny's gonna pop up. Now, all right, I got a little snippet from this broad right here. What's her name? Girly Face. I got a snippet from her video, and you can see Destiny in this video.
I think everybody got a Destiny in their phone. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think everybody got a Destiny. I got
all the hoes know each other.
Old Destiny in my phone.
They know. You know what I'm saying?
Decade.
All right, play it.
Still on my Googles.
Munchie B is referring to this interview I did with K7, where K7 and me talked about a lot, right? He brought his girlfriend with him called Girly Face, okay? That's the interview where Munchie claimed a minor came with them to the interview, and then after the interview, in the lobby in front of everybody, I solicited a minor and gave her $2,500 to sleep with me. That's just a flat out lie. We can start off here. The girl he claims was at has never been to No Jumper. No Jumper staff member can tell you they've ever seen her at No Jumper. The girl that Munchie B claimed Destiny came with wrote me and says, you know that Destiny wasn't there in our interview, so why the F people lying? I told her Munchie B is just a liar, bro. This is what he does. The girl that he claims was at No Jumper as a minor never came to No Jumper. Here is messages of her confirming that she'd never been to No Jumper. She says, when did I come to No Jumper? And she also addressed, the rumors that she was a minor. We'll get to that shortly. My interview with K7 and Girlyface was in 2024 of January. I didn't meet Destiny until 2025. I had no idea she was even associated with K7, right? So I had her, to prove this, send me screenshots of our first messages because I didn't have access to it anymore. The receipts show my first message to this chick was May 21st of 2025. This was the first time I messaged this chick and began conversation with her, May 21st of 2025. I then asked her, how old are you? She says she's 18. She posted her ID today to prove that Munchie B is a liar. When you look at her date of birth says November 7th, 2006. That would mean that when I hit her up in May of 2025, she would have been 18, turning 19. Munchie B, you are a liar, and you should probably do a better job at these hit jobs, okay? Now, Munchie B is scrambling and scraping and doing whatever he can do. Whatever he could do to try to affect me. Munchie B, I have a platform too. You can't just lie on me and think like I'm not gonna respond and your lie is gonna go unchecked. Your lie got checked here. You are a liar. Nobody should believe a goddamn thing that comes out of your mouth again, right?
I hate lying.
When the blackmail pictures of me with other women, your homegirls who I stuff beef sticking. Hey, bro, I'm sorry. Hey, listen, if you ain't want me to smash your homegirls, bro, tell them make it a little harder. It's that simple. Tell them make it a little harder.
I ain't gonna lie,
right?
bro. I hate lying ass nigga, bro. It's a nigga. It's a fuck ass nigga, bro. It's a lying ass nigga. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I want to shoot the nigga in the face, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I be keeping my cool because every time I come around, that nigga, I be handling business. I be getting my money. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be paying me for doing my shit. You feel me? But so I be keeping my cool, and I don't even want to have one of them episodes in front of my clients because it'll fuck up my money. They'll know how fucked up I am in the head on certain shit, and I can't hide that. So I really want to shoot Buddy ass in the face. I ain't gonna lie. And I was gonna say it ain't his fault, but it is his fault. You feel me? Because any one of my niggas that's supposed to be my niggas, bro, and you do some fuck shit like that to me, you supposed to get shot in your face. Even if it's not by me, you just deserve to get shot in your fucking face, bitch ass nigga. So you right to not, you right to avoid eye contact with me. You right to avoid me at all costs. You right to stay the fuck out my way when you around me. You right to not even try to acknowledge shit. You right, nigga. You motherfucking right. Because you know I shoot you in your fucking face. I beat you up and then shoot you after I knock you out, nigga. No Weezy line intended, nigga. I shoot a bitch ass nigga after I knock you out, bro. That's a fuck nigga you shoot after you knock him out. A puss ass bitch, a fuck ass nigga that lie on you, you shoot that bitch ass after you knock him out. You beat a bitch ass nigga up, then you shoot him.
Them giving it up for, like a 3-piece from Popeyes at 150 is crazy. But to go to the extent to lie and claim that I have dealt with a girl who's you are a sicko, you're a weirdo, you're a liar, man. And it's not gonna stop me from pushing forward and disseminating the truth and the evidence, bro. Nothing you're doing is stopping me, okay, at all, right? All you're doing is getting yourself in a whole lot more trouble. You threatening to post news on my, sir, like, first of all, why do you have, pictures of me like that, right? And why is your old girl so fanned out with Flacco that they sneaking taking pictures after linking with me? Like, why your homegirls doing that? I'm a pretty big deal. That's probably why. But you're a sick individual, man, to lie about something like this, Munchie. Shame on you. Munchie B's podcast is called Trictoria's Secret. Munchie B has admitted, all right, to purchasing box before. So I don't know what Munchie B is thinking he's doing, but bro, it's not gonna work, bro. You just got exposed as a liar. Better luck next time, okay? But if you guys are watching this video and you want to watch another dope video, click on. Diddy could be getting released from prison today if everything goes well. That's according to TMZ. TMZ posted Diddy has a critical hearing right now, and there's a real shot he could walk free. And here's exactly why. Diddy's attorneys and the state is back in court today making oral arguments. Diddy's attorney is arguing that the sentence that Diddy got, is unconstitutional and just flat out wrong. They're claiming nobody in the history of what Diddy has gotten convicted of has gotten a sentence as harsh as Diddy got it. And when the judge gave the sentence to Diddy, the contributing factor to why they gave Diddy as long of a sentence that he got for violating the Mann Act is they said that Diddy forced these women into doing these things and coerced these women into doing these things. The problem with that is if Diddy forced them and coerced them into doing these things and violating the Mann Act, then that would be trafficking. Diddy was found not guilty of trafficking. And when the jury came back with their deliberation, the jury says not guilty to force, not guilty to coercion. But they did find Diddy guilty of transporting right? Like egg workers, okay? So his attorney is saying, if the jury is saying that Diddy didn't force these women nor coerce these women, why would the judge then sentence Diddy to a sentence this long? That's really unusual based on the factors that he believed that Diddy forced and coerced these women. If he forced and coerced them, it'll be trafficking. Now, a lot of people who is analyzing this and giving their opinion on this is saying Diddy has a really good argument to get out of jail early, maybe today.
There is a good chance that Diddy could be eating dinner at his home tonight, a free man. And that's because an appeals court is now hearing the review of the trial in which Diddy was convicted of violating the Mann Act. And his defense lawyers are making two arguments that could sway these judges and make them overturn the conviction. Let me explain both.
Diddy at the crib right now?
First is that the defense says that the violation of the Mann Act is to prohibit the transportation of prostitutes across state lines, and it's typically for commercial purposes. That's where they've used it before. In this case, the defense is saying this is nothing more than kinky porn, and kinky porn is protected by the First Amendment. Now, that may sound crazy, but I'm going to read you something from their brief. Listen to this. They say, freak-offs and hotel nights were highly choreographed sexual performances.
Hold on, man. Roll that back.
Before. In this case, the defense is saying this is nothing more than kinky porn, and kinky porn is protected by the First Amendment. Now, that may sound crazy, but I'm going to read you something from their brief. Listen to this. They say, freak-offs and hotel nights were highly choreographed sexual performances involving the use of costumes, role play, and staged lighting, which were filmed so Combs and his girlfriends could watch this amateur pornography later. Pornography production and viewing of this sort is protected by the First Amendment and thus cannot constitutionally be prosecuted. So what they're saying is, look, if you want to use the Mann Act to prosecute people who are moving prostitutes across state lines for commercial transactions, which again is what it's usually used for, that's one thing. But here, there's no commercial purpose. Diddy lost money. He ended up paying prostitutes. The films were never distributed to anybody. The defense is saying it was for his pleasure and the pleasure of people who may have been participating.
This reminds me of that meme where they said sex work is illegal until you put a camera in front of it. So Diddy, I guess, was trying to find a loophole where he was filming these things so he could say this is, like this is corn and not, that. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to hold up in court at all because these tapes were never released. This was for pure self-gratification. He never sold these tapes. He never distributed these tapes. So those are two arguments.
But you can't say that he didn't plan on it in the future. You can't say he didn't plan on releasing one of these tapes, how these celebrities do to boost their motherfucking shit back up. He doesn't have to say when he plans on releasing his product. If you know, movies get filmed and then released years down the line, up to about 5 years down the line. Like years, it'll be a decade sometime. Who's to say what he planned on doing with his shit? Bitch, like, y'all don't know.
And then they're also arguing the sentence imposed is just outright egregious, according to them.
So they're saying, look, this is like any porn. It could be OnlyFans. It could be anything like that. And all of that is constitutionally protected and shouldn't be prosecuted. So that's one argument. And I got to say, it is an interesting argument. The prosecutors are saying it's meritless, but I wouldn't be so quick to judge it that way. So we don't know what the prosecution is going to say beyond that in court. But these judges, as I'm recording right now, the judges are hearing these arguments. The second thing they're arguing is that the sentence was totally out of whack, that Diddy got 50 months for violating the Mann Act. And typically, for Mann Act prosecutions, the average is around 15 months. And what the defense is saying is that the trial judge in this case considered all sorts of evidence that he shouldn't have, that the judge...
Hold on, bro. Did they misunderstand some shit in the courtroom? Because I understand how you could get 50 confused with 15. And the nigga said 50 months, 15 months, 15 months, 50 months. I could kind of see if niggas try to say it fast. But ain't no fucking way you gonna give a nigga quadruple the time that he was supposed to serve on the motherfucking shit that quadruple? Nigga, that mean you times that bitch by 4? Man, they gave that boy triple the time, almost quadruple the time, but still, man, what? And it was only supposed to be 15. He supposed to have been out right now. Anyway,
Diddy was acquitted of racketeering.
He supposed to have time served, man.
And there were a lot.
Diddy supposed to have time served. He supposed to have been out. Boy, they tried. Boy, they did him dirty.
There was a lot of evidence presented about coercion and force. The Cassie video was introduced into evidence.
They did him
the defense
dirty,
is saying none of that should be considered because the Mann Act has nothing to do with that. But they're saying the judge's sentence was colored by all of those things, and the judge threw the book at Diddy. When the judge should have just looked at the Mann Act violation and then sentenced appropriately. They're saying the appropriate sentence should have been around 15 months. Well, guess what? Diddy has already served 19 months. So if either of those arguments fly, if the appellate court believes that this is constitutionally protected porn, or if the appellate court believes that the sentence was out of whack and 15 months is more appropriate, either one of those, Diddy is a free man. So the oral argument, as I said, is going on right now. Typically, and I'm sure it's going to happen in this case, the judges are not going to rule from the bench. That just never happens. So they will meet and confer, as they say, and write an opinion. But sooner rather than later, if the appellate court buys what Diddy is trying to sell, he could be a free man relatively soon.
We got transcripts of the oral argument that was done in court today. So we can start off right here, right? So the judge says, how are you saying Judge S erred on this? Are you saying he had to do more than acknowledge the acquittal? Shapiro says, that's just make weight. Now, make weight means that's just filler, is irrelevant. Like the acquittal conduct should serve no purpose in Diddy actual sentence. Judge Nardini says, that's disparaging. Shapiro says, that's not what I mean. I like to move on. Judge Nardini says, what about the two victims who participated? If I cause someone to commit a crime, I am guilty of a crime. Section 2 is not the same as Section 371. Shapiro says, yes, this court has to review the district court's actual findings. Nardini says, the jury is the finder of fact. Shapiro says, the jury asked for Cassandra Ventura, which is Cassie's testimony on this, and we know that the jury rejected the notion that there was coercion. Judge Nardini says, but you argue Combs did not intend under Mann Act. Judge Nardini says, you are implying that the jury disbelieved everything Ventura says. But what are you really arguing is that the government was mixing and matching, right? Shapiro says, acquitted conduct can only be used if it is also convicted conduct. Judge Nardini says, he arranged for escorts to travel to the hotel. What happened there was what he intended. It wasn't just for an attractive scene, and Eck was just something that happened, but he showed the video. It showed his intent. Shapiro says that's not enough. The judge says, was the RICO evidence presented to the jury to convict on the Mann Act? Shapiro says yes. Judge says, are you arguing that his acquitted conduct, coercion, fraud cannot be considered in sentencing at all? Shapiro says they are not even relevant. Nardani says, well, your brief caricatures the district court use of the acquitted conduct. Nardani also says at trial, the defense argued that he never intended that the specified conduct occurred after state lines were crossed. But on a plane, he showed a woman a video of prior incidents where it happened. That's proof. Shapiro says our defense focused on coercion. The judge says the mere fact that you were acquitted doesn't take it off the table insofar that the conduct is also convicted conduct. That can't be. Shapiro says there are going to be cases closer than this one. I sat through this trial for 8 weeks. They focused on RICO. Judge says the Mann Act was a sideshow. Now, this is like different judges, by the way. Judge Baker and Nardani are the two judges so far. So they're questioning them. Judge Baker says the Mann Act was a sideshow. But why shouldn't we just hold the government to what they argue? Shapiro says we should. Many people in America question whether it is constitutional to allow acquitted conduct to drive a sentence. The judge then says, let's take the violence off the table. But we have findings of physically pressuring and drugging them. Shapiro says this is an upward variance. Baker says the guidelines are just that, only guidelines. 2 women were plied with drugs. 1 became an addict. Shapiro says this was the highest sentence for any person in this criminal history category. Our principal argument is that the term victim should be interpreted with its plain meaning. Judge says, thank you, stick around for a rebuttal. Now, I'll be real. So far, it was looking really shaky for Diddy's defense. Now, the state came and the judges were equally, I guess, as pushy-backy on the state as well. So it looks like their job is to kind of like challenge the argument and then hear both sides. So it's unclear, man. I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. I do think it's kind of effed up if they acquitted him of the conduct, but yet you use the conduct to give him more time, right? I do think that's pretty effed up, but I'm not a legal expert. I don't know what's going to happen today.
Then they bring up a case that they're citing and everything, and it's actually Vaughn and Johnson, which is in her 100-page brief. But basically,
they just don't want him to let him get out at that moment,
that
so they're going to make his ass wait about another couple
Judge Subramanian's the transcript when he was going through the sentencing, saying, you know, he did consider some overlapping conduct, and that should be allowed overlapping conduct. So there's a difference here between acquitted conduct and overlapping conduct. And, you know, at the heart of it as well, I'll just sort of skip around a little bit. The government, Christy Slavic, when she got up there, she said, you know, this isn't actually acquitted conduct. This is admitted conduct. You know, we're talking about a guy who said he admitted to, you know, giving drugs to these women, which I guess would be coercion, plying them with drugs was the term used, and beating them, whatever. And then Shapiro said, no, that's not actually admitted conduct. That's not what happened. He never admitted to, quote, plying them with drugs. What he admitted to was, domestic violence. And it was Judge Baker who was sort of trying to lay it out for Shapiro, saying, okay, so what you're saying is Judge Subramanian, when he was sentencing Mr. Combs, he was sort of mixing and matching some of the acquitted conduct under some of these elements. And she said, yes, that's what he was doing. So if he were to sentence Combs on, a coercion element, or because of coercion, like that should not be allowed because he was acquitted of coercion under different predicate acts. So they bring up the Cannes Film Festival travel, which is when, and this was Nardini who brought this up. They seem to be kind of stuck on this for a minute.
From everything I've seen and read, I don't think it looks too good for Diddy, man. Like these judges, they really seem too receptive to what Diddy lawyers were saying. Now they did offer pushback as well to the state, so maybe that's good news for Diddy. I don't know, right? I don't think they're gonna let Diddy just absolutely walk free today. I think worst case scenario, or the best case scenario, they would probably, I don't know, give Diddy maybe, I don't know, man. Like probably like what? Diddy did 2 years already, plus the 19 months he's been in jail for. I don't know. Probably, Diddy got arrested in 2024, right? So he's been in jail for 19 months total. So I don't know. Maybe Diddy get reduced to like, let's say 24 months and he gets out in 6 months. Maybe that's it. But I don't know, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What do you guys think? Is it looking hopeful for Diddy? Do you think Diddy will beat these charges? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching, well, not beat the charges, but do you think the judges will reduce Diddy's sentence? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video here to find out how Dr. Umar Johnson apparently almost lost his life when a man confronted him with a gun. I'm going to see you guys in this Umar Johnson video. And if you enjoy my content, like this video and click the hype button afterwards. That's the best way to show support. You get 3 free hypes. Please send me a hype. I'm going to see you guys in this Umar Johnson video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks.
Nigga about to goddamn bust Dr. Umar. About to shoot his ass. That boy mad about the money he motherfucking donated. That shit crazy.
They don't want you to know about it.
Hey, did you know you might get a big cash payout if you were in a car accident up to 1 year ago? Even if you weren't driving. Just click the link around this video to see how much you can get. Just answer 5 simple questions, and it only takes 30 seconds. If you got hurt by a driver in last year, you might be owed money without even knowing it. You could get a check just like this one, maybe even more. Click the link now to find out. Tens of thousands of people have received a 5-figure or even a 6-figure check without going to court, paying big legal fees, or dealing with insurance companies or greedy attorneys. Even if you were a pedestrian, rideshare user, cyclist, or a motorcyclist, you can get the justice you deserve. Look at Mia, for example. She had no idea her case was worth anything. But after she came to car accident counsel, she got over $160,000 from an accident that happened a little less than a year ago. No matter what you thought before,
let her tell us that.
And can be shocked to see how much more can be than you expect.
All right, next.
We can't change the past.
Next.
All right, here we go. Today we have attorney Arthur Horn, who's representing Big 30 in the Pooh, Shiesty, Gucci Mane armed robbery and kidnapping case, where Big 30 and 8 co-defendants are facing up to life in prison if convicted. Arthur is fresh out of the courtroom where Big 30 had a bond hearing. Arthur, welcome to Vlad TV.
Hey, glad to be here,
Vlad.
That
boy fresh out of court on Vlad.
We talked before.
Well, this is what the feds are alleging.
Vlad done paid that boy about
10 bands. At 4:50 p.m., Gucci Mane, his cameraman MM, aka Matt Masral, and someone listed only as BP were kidnapped and robbed at gunpoint at a music studio located in Dallas, Texas. There were 9 people currently charged, including Pooh, Shiesty and your client, Big 30. Now, Big 30 just had a bond hearing. What exactly happened?
We just put proof on to show that 1, he wasn't a flight risk, and 2, that he wasn't a danger to the community. He has no record, no prior record. And so after we were able to put that proof on and to show where he'd be living and that he has employment and actually has another big deal on the table moving forward in his rap career, the judge granted him a bond of $100,000, which he'd have to come up with 10%, wear ankle monitor and some other stipulation requirements.
Okay, so coming up with 10,000 is probably pretty easy for something like Big 30.
Oh yeah, we were excited. We're ecstatic. The problem is, I think the government has until 5 o'clock tomorrow to appeal it to the federal judge in Dallas, which means if they do that, which we anticipate they will, then we'll have to go through this whole process again.
Right now, is Big 30 sitting in jail or he's out?
He's sitting in jail and he'll have to wait. If they appeal it, then he'll have to sit in jail until we have the hearing. I think Montrell's hearing has already been set for next Monday, April 13th in Dallas.
Okay, so if the feds appeal, then you have to wait until next Monday to have another hearing to see if the judge actually accepts the appeal or not?
To see if the judge accepts the terms of the bond conditions, or if the judge could overturn it and say, hey, I'm not granting a bond, or he could say, hey, this is too harsh. We'll give him a lighter bond. He could do, various things. He could either one, take the bond away and make him sit in custody until we go to trial. Two, keep the bond conditions and the bond in place. Or three, he could lower the bond and let him out.
Well, I hope your client does get bond, because it's a lot better to
all the three things that should happen.
May potentially take a long time.
Yeah, particularly when this was not something that really involved him. He has no affiliation to 1017. He's not signed with them. He's been back and forth to Dallas to record music with Pooh Shiesty. As I said earlier, those two have been friends for a long time and they made great music together. They just have a natural bond and they just make good music together.
Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. So Big 30 and Pooh Shiesty grew up together. They went to school in South Memphis and they started their rap careers right around the same time.
Yeah, that's correct.
And they have a bunch of songs together as well as a friendship.
That's correct.
So let's talk about allegedly what happened. And this is what the feds are laying out. Not that this is necessarily true or not. And this is an active case and you're the lawyer. So there's certain questions I understand that you can't answer, but I'm just gonna go ahead and lay it out based on what everyone is facing right now. So at 1 p.m. on January 10th, 2026, the alleged victims flew to Dallas, Texas. So this is Gucci Mane, his head of security, a second security, as well as his cameraman, Matt, and someone named BP. And according to the feds, Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty were scheduled to meet because Pooh Shiesty was upset about the terms of his contract and he wanted to be released from the contract. So he asked Gucci Mane to come to Dallas so they could meet about business. Anything to state about this?
All I can tell you, and I think I'll keep saying this over and over again, the facts that are alleged in the criminal complaint, we view the facts very differently from the government. And as it relates to Big 30, we really view the facts very differently than the government. It's not our belief that Big 30 drove to Dallas to meet with Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty to commit a robbery and a kidnapping. He was there to record music. He had recorded music prior to that day. He had recorded music along with other artists. I think it'll come out in that particular studio. And that was a particular studio that Pooh Shiesty was working out of while he was on home confinement in Dallas, Texas.
Right, because Pooh Shiesty got out of jail.
So the fact that they were there
ago, after doing 3 years on a 5-year bid.
Correct, but he was still under federal. So even though he was released to the halfway house and eventually put on home confinement, you're still considered to be in custody. And so he was still considered to be in custody and allowed. I think he was allowed to work, which is why he was able to go to the studio to record.
Work release.
Okay, so based on the federal paperwork, at 1:45, Gucci Mane, along with his head of security and a second security, they arrived at the location, which was a music studio, which is part of a bigger office building. And when they arrived there, the recording studio was closed. So while they're waiting, they went to the liquor store, they bought some liquor and some plastic cups, and they went back to the studio. Now, Pooh Shiesty's father called the studio owner multiple times, and eventually the studio owner answered around 2:53 p.m., and he found out that he was trying to book the studio, so they went ahead and opened the studio at 3:15.
Okay.
So at 3:39, an employee at the studio arrived to help with production, and Pooh Shiesty and his dad were outside, and the feds claimed they were having some sort of argument over the phone. Now at 3:43 p.m., a few minutes later, Pooh Shiesty.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I like that lawyer, man. He remind me of OG lawyer I used to know. It was in my family. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Uncle Frank.
Pooh Shiesty's dad, your client, Big 30, Baby Slime 375, KD, CMO Damn Fool, Mookie Roo 375, Glizzy 375, and DeMarcus Glover, they entered the building on the east side. They walked through the lobby and they were going to the studio, and there's video footage of, photographs and so forth of them actually coming to the studio. So it's established that this group of people did go to the studio at that time.
No, I believe that's what the government is alleging. And I don't think I think there's certain facts that we will all agree we'll all agree about. And I agree that they were there. And I think the government will be able to show that via video camera. They'll be able to show that from the owner of the studio. I think where we kind of the story differs will be in why my client engaged to cross state lines with the purpose of kidnapping and robbing Gucci Mane on the 9th.
Okay, so as everyone's in the studio, according to the federal paperwork, the victims overheard Pooh Shiesty talking on a cell phone to his probation officer. and he was asking if he can get some rec time to be out. And his PO said, no, you cannot be out. You need to remove, you actually need to return immediately. Whereas Pooh Shiesty agreed. He was wearing an ankle monitor the whole time because he was still on house arrest. So at that point, according to the paperwork, Gucci Mane told Pooh Shiesty they could reschedule a studio session. So this was more than a meeting. It seemed like they were going to the studio to actually do music.
Again, like I told you, my client had been there the day before recording music and had been there multiple times to record music with Pooh Shiesty. And again, there were other artists that had come there to record music with Pooh Shiesty, and that was the studio that he was working out of in Dallas. So that doesn't surprise me that that studio was booked to record music.
Well, right, because if it was just a business meeting, it wouldn't be at a studio. They could meet anywhere.
That's right.
That's motherfucking right.
But in this case, they're meeting at a studio. Pooh Shiesty tried to get more time from his PO. His PO said, no, you need to go back home. So basically, the whole studio session in and of itself got canceled at that point.
Correct. And I think at some point you saw in the video where everybody left.
So Gucci Mane told Pooh Shiesty they could reschedule the studio session. But according to the feds, Pooh Shiesty wanted to speak to Gucci privately in the attached recording room. Gucci agreed. And they entered the room with Gucci, Pooh Shiesty's dad, and Big 30, according to the complaint. And I guess there was a window in the recording room so the people that were still in the lobby could actually see inside, right?
That's according to the government. And again, I think this is where our case differs from the defense perspective. I think we have a different view of what happened in that room that day.
Okay, so at 3:43 p.m., according to surveillance footage, Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Shiesty's dad, Big 30, Baby Slime 375, KD, CMO Dan Fu, Mookie Roo 375, Glizzy 375, and DeMarcus Glover entered into the building. Now, they walked into the lobby, but then, according to the paperwork, Mookie Roo 375 could be seen on video exiting the office building and coming back with a bag slung over his shoulder.
That was according to the testimony from the federal agent from Dallas.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little bit hazy. So inside the control room, and this is Gucci's there by himself, his security guard is outside the door of the studio, and his other security guard is actually by the car that they drove in. So inside the room, both the rooms in the studio, there's no security, it's just Gucci, his people, and Pooh Shiesty and his people. So this is where it gets a little hazy. Inside the control room, the feds say that Pooh Shiesty pulled out a contract which terminated his agreement with Gucci and told Gucci Mane to sign it. When Gucci declined, Pooh Shiesty became agitated and they started to argue. Now, Matt, the cameraman at BP, could see, inside the recording room, and originally it seemed like they were discussing business, but then when the argument started to ensue, he texted Gucci Mane's head of security, who was still in the lobby. Any comment about that?
If there was a disagreement between two men that are in business together, there was a disagreement between two men that are in business together. Again, that doesn't make it a robbery or a kidnapping.
Okay, so according to the paperwork, as the argument started to ensue, they say that Pooh Shiesty told Big 30 to get his bag. Big 30 complied, and he left the recording room and came back with a bag. And they said that Pooh Shiesty pulled out what appears to be a black AK-style pistol from the bag and pointed at Gucci Mane. Now, who is saying this part?
I have no idea, because in the criminal complaint, there's no allegations of Big 30 ever having a gun or pointing a gun at anyone.
Okay, well, it said that Big 30 at this point did not point a gun, but they're claiming that he went and got a bag, gave it to Pooh Shiesty, and Pooh Shiesty pulled a gun out of the bag.
I can't comment on whether that happened or not. I wasn't there. But again, it goes into this narrative that we have a very different view of the facts versus the federal government.
Well, as the complaint goes on, they're saying that Pooh Shiesty demanded that Gucci Mane sign the release paperwork. And then at one point, Gucci Mane did sign, and Pooh Shiesty gave the paperwork to his dad. During that time, they're saying that Gucci was not allowed to leave because of the gun involved. Now, as Gucci is signing the release paperwork, they're saying that Big 30 pulled out a cell phone and started to record Gucci signing over the paperwork. Now, is this recording actually a real thing?
We haven't gotten that deep into the case where we've received discovery, but I feel pretty confident that there's not going to be a video of that.
Okay. Well, but even if there was a video of Gucci signing, unless he's saying, I'm being forced to sign this, Gucci could have just agreed to sign. They could have just worked out a deal right then and there.
That's correct. But again, like I told you earlier, that has nothing to do with Big 30. He's not signed to that label. He has no interest in Pooh Shiesty being signed.
I like that nigga, man. I like this lawyer.
1017. It doesn't.
My boy keep reiterating that shit. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep on telling you. Just in case.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform.
Before you try to edit around my shit and clip my shit, like I said some shit that I ain't say.
Well, after the release was signed, the feds are saying that Pooh Shiesty took Gucci Mane's wedding ring, watch, earrings, and cash.
I can't comment on any of that. I wasn't in the room, I can comment on the fact that I believe that while Pooh Shiesty was locked up, he didn't receive any funds from Gucci Mane, and his music was still making money. And if there was a debt owed to Pooh Shiesty, I mean, I believe there was a debt owed to Pooh Shiesty. I don't represent him, so I don't know.
Okay, so after Gucci Mane signed the paperwork, Pooh Shiesty gave the paperwork to his dad, asked him if the paperwork was good. Shiesty's dad said actually needs a date, so they gave it back to Gucci. He put a date next to it, and then that was it for the alleged contract signing. But then this is where things get crazier. So as Gucci Mane, Pooh Shiesty, his dad, and Big 30 exited the recording room, the remaining subjects, KD, CMO Damn Fool, Baby Slime 375, DeMarcus Glover, Glizzy 375, and Mookie Roo 375 pulled out AK style and AR style guns and started to rob BP and Gucci's cameraman Matt. BP was pushed to the couch. CMO Damn Fool searched his pockets and stole his wallet. BP's chain necklace, which had a 1017 on it, was stolen. And during the robbery, Glizzy 375 allegedly threatened to shoot BP for moving, but Pooh Shiesty told him not to do it. Now, this part of the situation, and the victims, BP and Matt, actually testified to this whole thing, and Matt had scratches and bruises on him and so forth. What's your comment on this?
Again, we have a very different perspective of what happened. And again, Big 30 is not alleged to have done anything when that occurred.
Talk that shit,
and I think if you look at the video when he's coming there and leaving, you're not going to see him with a weapon.
You're not going to see shit.
Well, the cameraman Matt got choked from behind, almost losing consciousness.
Big 30
and he was robbing his Rolex watch, the Louis Vuitton bag, which had other watches in it. And there was air tags that were actually in the bags that they took. Now, this is where Big 30 gets pulled into the situation again, because as the robbery was happening inside the studio, the feds are saying that Big 30 walked over to the studio door to the lobby, closed it, and blocked it with his body.
Air tags in the bags.
Now, Gucci's head of security tried to get in and try to push their way through, but they're saying the Big 30 barricaded the door. With handguns drawn, Gucci Mane's head of security and the second security partially got the door open. They realized they were outnumbered by a bunch of other guns that were in the room. So this is where your client gets thrown into a bigger situation.
Again, the way the federal laws work, I mean, okay, this is a federal case because they're saying that he crossed state lines coming from Memphis, Tennessee, or coming from Tennessee, entered into the state of Texas to commit a robbery and to commit kidnapping. That was his intent. So the government has to prove that he had the intent, and that was his reason for coming there. And again, as I've explained, they recorded music in that studio multiple times, and they had recorded music, from my understanding, the day before. And that was his reason for being there. So I think you still run into the issue of the intent.
Well, the intent is going to be hard to prove. I get that. But even if you take the intent out of the equation, they're still saying a crime occurred in that studio.
Well, but now the feds are involved. So there has to, if it's a state case, right, then that's different. But this is a federal case. So part of what they have to prove is that he had the intent of coming across state lines to commit these particular acts. And what's telling to me is if Pooh Shiesty had this gun drawn on Gucci Mane, why isn't he charged with a 924G or 922G?
What is that?
I like this nigga. What is that? Look, I like him. I like this nigga. Now you dropping game. Now you finna drop game because they're like, shit, what is that? I know a lot about a lot of shit. What the fuck did this nigga just say? What is that?
Gucci Mane. Why isn't he charged with a 924G or 922G?
What is that?
Felon in possession of a handgun. Because he's a felon.
Okay, so you hear the feds taking on state cases sometimes, but can the state take on a fed case?
Let's switch it up.
The feds can opt out of taking this case and hand it over to the DA in Dallas, and they can decide whether they want to indict it or not. Absolutely.
Are you worried about that?
I think we're confident knowing the facts are very different than what are the facts that are in the criminal complaint.
Now I'm against Vlad again, because Vlad, what's up with you, bro? What's up with you, bro? What's up with this nigga Vlad? Talking about, are you worried about it? Hold on, bro. What's up? What you finna make me? You finna try to pull some strings or something, man? I feel like this nigga one of them strings on the puppeteer hand, bro. I swear to God, but this nigga is one of the strings on Geppetto hand, man. This nigga Vlad has got to be one of them strings on the nigga Geppetto hand, man, right now. Because what's up with Buddy, man? So you got the nigga lawyer on here to try to slip up, catch, see how, you know what I'm saying, swift the nigga lawyer is. Like, yeah, I'm gonna pay him to come on and do some shit. See how swift he is. Try to catch him slipping up and shit. He put you on game, then you talk about some shit that ain't nobody even thinking about right now. So yeah, we know the feds can pick up a state case, but can the state pick up a fed case? Hold on, nigga, what you talking about? No, they can't. I was just saying, no, not really. The state can't just pick up no fed case. I would have left it at that. You explain this shit too much. I like you, but you break shit down too much, Mr. Lawyer. Shut your ass. No, the state can't just take over a fed case. They might end up with it, but they ain't taking over no fed case. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah,
and the facts that we know about in this case, we're very confident that we see this very differently.
Because then they can probably work with somebody.
And by the way,
look.
Is the case combined with all 9 co-defendants, or are they going to have separate trials?
Well, if they're going under the guise that this is a conspiracy, then they would try them all together.
Okay, got it. Well, the Fed paperwork goes on. They're saying that Gucci Mane was pushed onto the couch in the control room, causing the victims to believe they're going to be executed. Pooh Shiesty placed the barrel of a gun to the back of BP's head and ordered him and Gucci Mane to leave the control room and the studio through the west entrance of the office building. So then Gucci told head of security and a second security to escort them to the vehicle. As the victims were leaving, Gucci's cameraman, Matt, turned to Pooh Shiesty to ask them if they're really taking his watches, which ultimately I guess they did. And after this all happened, they actually got surveillance footage where the target suspects left the studio and the office building around 4:48 p.m. There was AirTag locations where the bag was and so forth. And then exterior surveillance videos showed that a white Buick Enclave, a black Hellcat, and a black Dodge Ram were leaving the location. And the hearse confirmed that the Buick was actually rented by Pooh Shiesty's dad, and that Big 30's father owned the Hellcat and it had Tennessee license plates on.
I mean, we don't deny that he was there. I think what we deny is that he was there with the intent to commit a robbery and a kidnapping.
Well, Pooh Shiesty and his dad went back to an apartment because I guess Pooh Shiesty was living in Dallas at the time.
Yeah, he stays there while he's on home confinement.
Right. So him and his dad go back to their apartments. Big 30 and all the other guys go to a hotel at the Comfort Inn where they stayed overnight. But I guess the Hellcat was stolen the next morning.
Yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
That
is crazy. That's wild.
Right. So then the next day, DeMarcus Glover, CMO Dan Fool, Mookie Root 375, and Glizzy 375, they jumped on a Greyhound and they went back to Memphis, Tennessee. Big 30, Baby Slime 375, and KD, they jumped in the Dodge Ram and they went back to Memphis, Tennessee also. Now, after the fact, Dallas Police Department found fingerprints from a couple of the members from Pooh's entourage on the cups in the room, which kind of basically helps establish that they were all in the room hanging out together. Not that anything happened, but their fingerprints were on the cups they were drinking. Now, Gucci Mane and his cameraman Matt described Pooh Shiesty as wearing a black Nike brand Shiesty mask, a black hooded shirt, and black pants during the offense. So does this imply that Gucci Mane actually is cooperating with the feds?
It sounds like it from your dissertation, but also, I mean, this weekend we saw a video where he came out and said that he wasn't cooperating with the police. That's not what he does. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically, or essentially, he's not cooperating in this investigation, which I find somewhat odd based on some of the facts that are in the criminal complaint, basically saying that they got the information from Gucci Mane.
Well, right, because according to the complaint, Gucci Mane, Matt, and BP identified Big 30 actually being present during the incident. So once again, it seemed like Gucci was cooperating with the feds by pointing the finger at your client.
It would sound that way. So I'm not sure whether to believe what he said over the weekend or what's in this criminal complaint. And that's sort of leaves me scratching my head as to this whole case.
How it's going to go.
It sounds like it may have emanated from some type of state complaint that was eventually taken over by the feds. But we're not deep enough into the case to know how it came about.
Well, this is where it gets crazier. So on the surveillance footage, after the alleged robbery, CMO Dan Fool was seen exiting the building carrying a Louis Vuitton bag, which the cameraman Matt had reported stolen. And then on January 15th, CMO Dan Fool, a very fitting name, by the way, started posting videos of him wearing a Rolex GMT Master 2, which appears to be the same watch that Matt had actually declared was stolen.
Damn.
Then there was another person who was there, who I believe it was DeMarcus, who he said had choked and scratched him. They found his Instagram page, and he had videos of wearing a 1017 necklace and also showing off a bunch of cash and a Rolex similar to one of the ones stolen by Matt.
Why?
Oh, so basically, what the feds are saying is that Pooh Shiesty crew started self-snitching. They started posting up stolen items from this alleged robbery.
I can't comment on what they posted on their Instagram page. I can't comment about whether they own Rolexes or whether they had a 1017 chain through Pooh Shiesty or Gucci Mane or somebody else affiliated with the label. And again, it still goes back to how do we corroborate the facts in that complaint? You corroborate those facts with evidence. And from what has been testified to at this point, there's been no physical evidence that corroborates the things that you're saying happened and occurred on that day.
Well, when it comes to your client, this is the feds' overall accusations.
That it was a conspiracy, correct?
Right. Well, according to the feds, when it comes to Big 30, they said that eyewitness accounts state that Big 30 went to the recording studio during Pooh Shiesty's conversation with Gucci Mane and returned with a bag containing firearms. Eyewitnesses' accounts state that Big 30 filmed the release of the contract. Surveillance footage and eyewitness accounts placed Big 30 at the location, and following the offense, he was wearing similar clothing to what suspects in the kidnapping and robbery appeared to be wearing. And the cell phone records indicate that Big 30 traveled to Dallas, Texas in a vehicle registered to his father prior to the offense, and that places him in the area of the offense during the actual situation. And cell phone records indicate that Big 30 traveled back to Memphis, Tennessee with other target suspects on January 13, 2026. So some of these are indisputable.
And that's what I said to you earlier. I mean, some of the facts in the case, we're not going to disagree about. But I think the meat of what happened is sort of where we have a disagreement with the government. And you think about the guys that, I mean, and this is just common sense, like the guys that rode back on the Greyhound. I mean, the car that was rented for them, probably once it got stolen, they had to take a bus back to Memphis instead of driving back to Memphis. So, and two, if there was some conspiracy to commit some big robbery, why would they go back to the same hotel they were staying at, spend the night, and just hang out and then leave the next day? I mean, that's sort of a common sense would say if they had committed this robbery, like let's get on the road and get back to Memphis, or some of it doesn't.
We gone immediately.
Well
we ain't even stopping back to the room, man. We just hit
what's being said.
When niggas just hit lit for all that. Oh man, we going straight back to the crib, man.
As Big 30's lawyer, what is your version of the events?
They ain't giving no
I can't go into I can't go into what my client and I have spoken about, obviously, for attorney-client purposes. All I can say is that we have a very different view and version of what happened today.
Are there plea deals on the table right now for Big 30 to cooperate?
Right now, there's a criminal complaint. They haven't been indicted. I would expect there to be an indictment very soon. And I think the criminal complaint gives you an indication of what the indictment will probably look like, if there is one.
Well, it was reported that Pooh Shiesty's dad didn't get bond, but that was actually false because he did get bond.
Correct.
How big was the bond?
I think it was $250,000, 10%.
Okay, so you put up $25,000.
Correct.
And now he's out. Are any other co-defendants on bond?
So from my understanding today, everyone was granted a bond except the last person in the criminal complaint. And I can't remember his last name. And Mr. Rogers that's in Atlanta, being held in Atlanta, has also been denied bond. So it's my understanding that everybody was given a bond except for Mr. Rogers and there was another individual, the last name in that criminal complaint.
Okay. So, but is Pooh Shiesty's dad the only one that's actually out right now on bond?
Nobody's out.
Oh, even Pooh Shiesty's dad's not out?
Yeah, so those bonds so those bonds are going to be appealed. It's my understanding they'll be appealed to the district judge in Dallas. And we'll have to go back and have the entire hearing over again, the entire detention hearing over again.
Got it. So what's applying to Big 30 is applying to every other co-defendant.
Everyone that's been granted a bond.
Yeah, correct. Exactly. The bond.
Because the government is basically saying we don't agree with the magistrate's ruling, and we want the sitting judge to hear to rehear the detention hearing on all these individuals that were granted bonds.
Well, if this does go to trial, will every co-defendant have a separate lawyer, or will there be one central lawyer and a legal team representing everyone at once?
No, everyone will have their own counsel. And sometimes in cases like this, if everybody is working together, you can have a joint defense agreement where all the individuals agree to work together. Typically in federal cases, if somebody flips and becomes a cooperating witness for the government, then they wouldn't go to trial, obviously. They would be a witness.
So they would be severed from the case, in a way, severed from the defense.
Correct.
Got it. Okay.
And I'm not saying that there's a joint defense agreement right now. I'm saying that's potentially a possibility, but everybody will have their own counsel and everybody will have to decide based on the evidence what's in their best interest going forward. The interesting part from our perspective will be if you have cooperating victims. Because in the past, in the past, I handled I handle cases involving where a young Dolph was a victim, or alleged victim. I represented Black Youngster in Charlotte, and there were 2 other individuals charged along with Black Youngster. We were successful in getting that case dismissed, and we worked really hard to get them dismissed prior to trial. But the other issue was young Dolph was not a cooperating victim or alleged victim.
Right, because from what I understand, this whole case will probably hinge on Gucci Mane not just cooperating, but actually taking the stand.
That's correct.
Right, because if Gucci says, no comment, I'm not going to show up, could he be forced to actually show up in Memphis? Because he lives in Georgia,
the alleged
right?
incident happened in Dallas.
My
So
bad,
he would
Texas,
have to show up in Dallas if he's subpoenaed, but he could plead the 5th, because if the story that he initially told, if he did tell the story is not true, then he would have, filed a false complaint. But again, looking at what he said this weekend, unless he's just putting that out there for the public so that people don't think that he's a cooperating witness with the government, he has nothing to do with this case.
I mean, look, I have a interview from, I think, about 20 years ago with Gucci Mane, where he said on camera that he would rather die than snitch.
I know snitch on niggas. Well, we won't do that. For real. This used to allow us all to say, well, niggas I fuck with my crew won't do that. We won't snitch on niggas. We stand down for ourselves. Like, if I gotta go, I'm gonna go. I done went before. I don't want to snitch on nigga to save nobody's life, not even my own. I die.
He said that on camera. He says he would never snitch, not even against his own enemies. He'd rather die than snitch. So now, when this paperwork has gotten released, and there seems to be some indications of Gucci Mane cooperating, like there's videos of people in prison throwing out their Gucci Mane book, because now they consider him a snitch and everything else like that. And I mean, if you think about it, like Gucci is one of the main anti-snitch type rappers ever.
Well, and this is nothing to do with the case per se.
It's like a hierarchy, right? Ever since Cam went on motherfucking 60 Minutes and said that shit about a serial killer, it was like Cam was like number 1. And then who the fuck was next? It was like Boosie after that. You feel me? It's like a hierarchy, like Cam, Boosie, then Gucci. You feel me? That's what it was like. The killer Cam only because he went on 60 Minutes and said that shit. If he was staying next to a serial killer he knew, he wouldn't tell nobody. He's like, man, I ain't none of my business. I ain't snitching on what I'm just about to information. I know. How do I know? Like, how do I like? All right, if I live next to a serial killer, how do I know he's a serial killer? You talk about if I know he's a serial killer, how you know I know? Like, how do I know that he's a serial killer? Like, do I see him kill my people? Like, what do you mean? I'm not snitching on the nigga. I might handle that shit myself.
But just
if my
one of the things that I thought about
snitching on the nigga
before coming over here today to sit down with you was, why would you want to put your best artist that's made you millions of dollars back in federal custody for a decade or more?
Money,
right? Like, it doesn't make sense because he drops FDO. It's the #1 song in the world, right? And he's signed to your label. So why would you want to put him back into custody when potentially Pooh Shiesty could make you millions and millions of dollars more?
Well,
so
but there is a theory
get
about
out
this,
and
right?
do it
I
again.
tweeted about this and posted on Instagram. It went viral like a lot of my stuff does. And here's a possible dilemma. I'm not saying this is the truth, but here's a possible dilemma. From the outside looking in, it appears that Gucci signed this release under duress. Now, if it's proven that it was signed under duress, then the contract gets thrown out and Pooh Shiesty is still signed to Gucci for however many albums. But if Gucci says nothing happened, I'm not going to say that it was signed under duress, then the release is valid. And Pooh Shiesty is no longer signed to a Gucci Mane. So there's that angle to look at. I don't know how serious it is. Me personally, if I was Gucci, I would just let it go. At the end of the day, he's already made money off Pooh Shiesty. And if the alternative is sending Pooh Shiesty to prison, I would just say, I'm not going to cooperate. But then again, people get greedy and sometimes they're just going after every dollar. So I don't know what's going to happen, but this is a theory in this case.
Well, I think even from a legal perspective, nobody has produced this document. Because that would be some corroborating evidence.
Right.
So let's say the feds say, all right, we don't feel like we have enough to go forward. And then a few years later, they produce this document. Now you've corroborated the criminal complaint. That's a piece of evidence.
Well, yeah, I mean, until the document is produced, Pooh Shiesty is still signed to Gucci Mane right now, as we speak, until it's officially produced and Atlantic Records gets notified or whatever.
He probably still signed to him based on this theory that it was signed under duress.
Well, Pooh Shiesty has 2 lawyers, from what I understand. Attorney Bradford Cohen and Gary Helms. Are you familiar with these 2?
Yeah, I've heard of Gary Helms. I've never worked with them.
Well, Bradford Cohen said that there is a significant gap between the allegations made by the government and the actual evidence. And Gary Helms said the defense will present a version of events that is significantly different from the federal indictment. And the defense team has denounced the claims of the feds, and they're focusing on reviewing the evidence in anticipation of the bond hearings. So have you talked to Pooh Shiesty's lawyers? And are you guys working together in any capacity? Because at the end of the day, Big 30 is not the target of the feds. It's really Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, I would anticipate I would speak to them. And again, I think what they're saying is the same thing that I'm saying.
This nigga trying to get them niggas to snitch.
There's a government's version, and then there's our version. And our version is that my client didn't commit any didn't commit any crimes, didn't break any laws, and then traveled to Dallas, Texas, across state lines from Tennessee with the intent to commit a robbery and a kidnapping.
Well, Arthur Horn, I appreciate you coming in and talking about the case. It's still very much an open case. Your client is still sitting in jail along with 8 other co-defendants. It really is a tragedy, man, on a lot of different levels, because like you had said earlier, Pooh Shiesty, he got out, I think it was like 112 days ago, dropped first day out. It became a huge song. Everybody was back on the Pooh Shiesty wave. And, I hope that what really happened isn't the truth, because at the end of the day, I feel like Pooh Shiesty had a very long career ahead of him. And yeah, a lot of people sign bad deals. That's just how it works, especially as new artists. But eventually the deal ends and they go on to have even bigger deals, because then there's a bidding war over your next deal. And they go on to have more hit songs and big concerts and everything else like that. So at the end of the day, I hope this is all disproven and he can go back to having his career, as well as your client having a career as well, and so forth. But this is really a very crazy situation.
Yeah, I mean, it's really unfortunate that it has come to this. I mean, you saw with Meg Thee Stallion. I mean, she was able to, for years she was disgruntled with her label, and they were able to, her and I think Carl were able to work something out. Now you're watching Finesse, who's also a Memphian. He's not happy with Jay Prince. And I would think that at some point that might get resolved as well. And so hopefully we'll have a good outcome for both of these young men, and they can go back to making music and doing what they do best.
Yeah, look, the music industry is a very crazy business. I've said this before, that business-wise, you'll have more financial success in buying scratch-off lottery tickets than signing a brand new artist and trying to break that artist from scratch. It's almost impossible. Out of 1,000 artists that come out every year, not only through major labels, independent labels, the local D-boy that wants to invest in the hot rapper on his block, the real estate guy who thinks he has an ear for music and wants to start a label, the dentist that has extra money that thinks that he's a musical genius. Artists come out every day and 99% of them go absolutely nowhere, and the label loses all the money they invested in them. So when you have an artist like a Pooh Shiesty, and take a look at all the artists that Gucci Mane has signed over the years, most of them went nowhere, right? Most of them. This is not me criticizing Gucci. This is just the nature of these types of businesses. A lot of them, ended up going to jail, unfortunately, because they continued the lifestyle that they were doing before they signed. Some of them ended up losing their life, and some of them ended up just not working out. So when you have an artist like Pooh Shiesty who ends up blowing up, a lot of times these deals are not advantageous to the new artist, because the label owner, in this case Gucci, has to recoup on all the other artists that he lost money on. Now, the second deal is always the really good deal, but the first deal is always going to be messed up. So, for all the artists watching this right now, if you're in a Pooh Shiesty situation, man, just get in the studio, put out whatever projects you're required to put out through that deal, and then go on and sign some huge deal.
Call your lawyer. Let us handle it.
Call your lawyer.
Call your lawyer. We'll get it done.
Call your lawyer, man. Don't try to handle it. Don't try.
That Jay Prince family RICO is coming. They can't keep getting away with this. So earlier today, we did a video where we broke down how NBA YoungBoy's closest associate, NBA BEN10, was shot and almost killed earlier today in Houston. Well, we got more details on who's involved and who's responsible for him being shot and almost killed.
Thanks. Well, right now, Houston police are searching for the man they say opened fire inside of a popular restaurant last night.
Yeah, police say this all started with an attempted robbery inside Confessions on Kirby Drive. KHOU11's Devon Romney joins us live from outside this morning. Devon, what are police saying about the person who opened fire and where he might be right now?
Yeah, that's the big question here this morning is where the suspect could be. And they are actively looking for him right now, combing through surveillance video as well as information that they've gained from witnesses. But
man, that boy gone, man. Y'all ain't finna get, y'all ain't
confessions
that
on the
boy
second
gone.
floor of this building here behind me off of Upper Kirby. Houston police say the call
That
came in
boy
around 11:30
not in
last night, and
Texas.
investigators say two men tried to
That
rip
boy
chains
is
off another
gone.
man's neck,
I
taking
don't
him to
know
the
where he
ground
got people
during the
that he
robbery.
ain't in
It's still
Texas.
unclear if the men knew each other. Police say after the chains were taken, though, several others jumped in, turning the situation into a large, violent fight with multiple people attacking the victim. Moments
They
before
gonna
the
have to
victim
do their
somehow
fucking
was able to
job.
pull out a gun and started
That boy
shooting.
gone.
Multiple people got hit, but the most famous person that got hit, his name is NBA BEN10. Now, the police broke down in details exactly what happened, as you guys just heard. These folks attacked the man, and they jumped the man. They tried to snatch the man's chain, and that man opened fire. Now, the police is wondering what happened. I'm here to tell the police Flacco has solved the case, all right? I know what happened.
Got some pretty good video. We got two victims on the scene right now. This is a shooting. Got two victims. Let's see. One's been shot multiple times in the torso, probably in his late 20s. Another one's been shot in the extremities, in the lower extremities, and also all throughout his arms and everything several times. He's probably in his mid-20s. They're both transported to local hospitals right now, and they're both in very critical condition. So my name is Lieutenant R. Wilkins, Willkens.
Fuck up.
So what we know right now is our suspect, who we don't know who he is right now. We're working on that. Investigators do a great job. I'm sure they'll figure out who he is. Was at this location and had a confrontation with a couple of guys. That altercation originally, and it appears from what they were doing, was trying to take his chains. Now, we don't know if they knew him or what that was, but it appears possibly they knew this guy, and they were in the process of trying to rip his chains off. That went on for 30 seconds to a minute where these two guys were tussling with him, actually got him to the ground, and appears probably got his chains from him. Right after that, another fella jumps in, and several other people jump in as well, along with these other guys, and they start having a fist fight, and they're beating this guy pretty bad.
The police been dragging their feet, so I guess we got to do their job for him. Here's the full story, okay? The person who shot NBA BEN10 after they was trying to rob him, his name is All-Star JR. He's from Detroit. If you ever listen to the T Grizzly song when he says, "Hey, JR, ain't it a blessing? We made it out of Lexington, all that happened." That's All-Star JR. He's the one who fought NBA BEN10 and others. Let me walk y'all through this. This is All-Star JR. This entire situation started over a woman. All-Star JR is from Detroit. So for him to have beef with some Houston dudes, it's all over a woman. His baby mama, to be specific. All-Star JR's baby mama has been messing around with J Prince Jr. And J Prince Jr., once he started, I guess, fooling around with the baby mama, he began to take shots at All-Star JR. He released a video recently where him and the baby mama is in the car, and like they're throwing shots at All-Star JR, and J Prince Jr. is like literally using baby mama as a prop, and her goofy eye is there going along like as a prop to make her baby daddy, I guess, look crazy, right? But J Prince Jr. has been dropping videos like this and dissing All-Star JR, and he's been dissing J Prince too, and it's been a whole thing. Now, this video specifically will show you how disrespectful this beef has gotten.
I want him to know that you moved on the nigga. Hey man, he a cheater, y'all.
Oh shit, that's mob shit.
Nigga, she made it.
Oh, hey, you are.
She made it.
Trust process.
Man, I'm glad you left her alone. Oh, I'm glad y'all had differences because I'm the difference now.
Trust the process.
All-Star JR and J Prince Jr. has exchanged words over the internet before. They've both threatened each other. When we see each other, it's up. Now, J Prince Jr., the world knows, is tender about all his women. J Prince Jr. literally pulled up on Trey Songz because Trey Songz had Tommy Lee in his hotel room, and Tommy Lee and J Prince Jr. was messing with each other. J Prince Jr. is tender. Now, Trey Songz beat up J Prince Jr. when he pulled up to the hotel room looking for smoke over a woman, right?
But we all know Trey like to fight. Hey, we all know Trey Songz like to fight, man. That nigga like to fight more than he like to sing songs, nigga. But they should have been Trey fight. That nigga talking shit to anybody. He don't give a fuck if the nigga the heavyweight champion. That nigga was talking shit to Terrence Crawford. Nigga, you know Trey Songz want to fight. That nigga just like to fight. I remember I heard about that shit, man. Like, man, J Prince Jr. is not his daddy's son, but you not no boxer like that. If you got your ass whooped by Jay, I remember hearing about that shit. I was like, damn, what the fuck? I'm gonna let him talk about it though.
Right? But this is what J Prince Jr. does, right? You know, he thinks of himself as like the king of Houston and Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth. He's like the king of that, right? His family supposedly run Texas, so he moves around as if he owns these women that he deal with. So what happened is, after going back and forth online, they were in the same spot. All-Star Jr. walked into the spot, and almost immediately when he walked into the spot, J Prince Jr. had NBA BEN10 and other people begin to jump All-Star JR. You could see them trying to snatch his chain and roughing him up. Well, if you slow down the video, you'll see somebody awfully familiar in the video instructing them to do this to All-Star JR. Here is J Prince in 4K directing them to beat up All-Star JR, directing them to snatch his chain, orchestrating the entire thing. Now, NBA BEN10 and them, I think they're also associated with Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince, as well as NBA YoungBoy and them crew, but I think they do business. So Jay Prince Jr. is moving around Houston and moving around Texas as if he's like this Don, this mobster, this mafia boss. His daddy is literally under a federal investigation, if you guys don't know. Right? His daddy is under a federal investigation, and Jay Prince Jr. can't stop getting the family in mess. He can't stop making the family hot. This is like the third or fourth almost tragic incident in the last couple of years. Y'all remember, right, when Takeoff passed away? You know who was present? You know who walked over Takeoff body? You know who Lil Homie did it? You know who set up the dice game that led to an argument that got Takeoff killed? You guess it, Jay Prince Jr. This dude, man, this dude is a problem, bro. But I think like this mobster thing. Now, NBA BEN10 and them, I think they're also associated with Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince, as well as NBA YoungBoy and them crew, but I think they do business. So Jay Prince Jr. is moving around Houston and moving around Texas as if he's like this Don, this mobster, this mafia boss. His daddy is literally under a federal investigation, if you guys don't know. Right? His daddy is under a federal investigation, and Jay Prince Jr. can't stop getting the family in mess. He can't stop making the family hot. This is like the third or fourth almost tragic incident in the last. Can't stop. You guys don't know. You could see them trying to. Here had NBA BEN10 and other people begin to jump All-Star JR. You could see them trying to snatch his chain. Women that. But this is what Jay Prince Jr. does, right? You know, he thinks of himself as like the king of Houston and Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth. He's like the king of that, right? His family supposedly run Texas, so he moves around as if he owns these women that he deal with. So what happened is, after going back and forth online, they were in the same spot. All-Star Jr. walked into the spot, and almost immediately when he walked into the spot, Jay Prince Jr. had NBA BEN10 and other people begin to jump All-Star JR. You could see them trying to snatch his chain and roughen him up. Well, if you slow down, you could see them trying to snatch his chain and roughen him up. Well, if you slow down the video, you see somebody awfully familiar in the video instructing them to do this to All-Star JR. Here is Jay Prince in 4K directing them to beat up All-Star JR, directing them to.
My boy got the black forces on. He must have knew that nigga was finna be. That boy got black forces on. Oh, they was on that. He was on that shit, man. Look at that. That nigga got black forces on. Them bitches fresh out the box. He was on that. He just bought them that day.
To snatch his chain, orchestrating the entire thing. Now, NBA BEN10 and them, I think they're also associated with Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince, as well as NBA YoungBoy and them crew, but I think they do business. So Jay Prince Jr. is moving around Houston and moving around Texas as if he's like this Don, this mobster, this mafia boss. His daddy is literally under a federal investigation, if you guys don't know. Right? His daddy is under a federal investigation, and Jay Prince Jr. can't stop getting the family in mess. He can't stop making the family hot. This is like the third or fourth almost tragic incident in the last couple of years. Y'all remember, right, when Takeoff passed away? You know who was present? You know who walked over Takeoff body? You know who Lil Homie did it? You know who set up the dice game that led to an argument that got Takeoff killed? You guess it, Jay Prince Jr. This dude, man, this dude is a problem, bro. But I think today he learned a lesson that, you might think you tough, but not everybody is going out like that, bro. Not everybody going to just sit down and let you violate them, man. It ain't happening. I don't care how tough you think you are. And this is a life lesson to everybody. I don't care how tough you think you are. There's always somebody tougher. Now, Detroit as a whole is claiming this as a W. I've been seeing a lot of Detroit content creators, right, making videos and treating this as a W, man.
And that boy gone. He in the D right now. He in
with a Detroit dude that called, dudes from Detroit is sweet. And a dude from Detroit showed him, it ain't sweet over here. You don't get to violate.
Man, the Lions might win the Super Bowl because of this
JR
shit.
stood on business, man. Let's throw something on the grill, man.
The Super Bowl over, but you know what I'm saying.
Y'all think Detroit sweet, man? Y'all see them, the Cartiers and nice dressed people. Be humble when you see them. People f you up, man. That's how Detroit people act when they get some money. They act like Cash Doll and Eminem and Big Sean. The regular Detroit people, this is the home of grimy. Ever since Trick said, man, I'm going to ease back off you trying to run some real whole shit Detroit. Well, you got a taste of what the f is really going on. Detroit versus everybody, stupid.
That nigga
push up again, man. Try that again, we going to murk again. RP Dex, R.P. Blade Ice Woods. Who else? R.P. Wipeouts. NBA. We OTF anyway. We don't young boy.
Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? What do you guys have, man? Let's do a prediction, man. Over 18 months or under 18 months that the Prince family see their first RICO indictment. Let me know in the comment section what y'all think, bro. Because at this point, I don't think, because we're already on a day. Tjay Prince Jr. is the reason why NBA Ben 10 got shot and almost killed earlier today.
Because it be too much going on with this nigga, bro. And then what I don't like is, he always send this. Somebody else off to get they like you put cables, you sit back, call the shots, you put cables in niggas back. Now motherfuckers walk around shot up because of you. These niggas don't know. Ben 10 don't got an issue with this Detroit nigga. All this happening over you.
Tjay Prince do this a lot. He find flunkies who want to do stuff for him off the GP and do this.
And don't they he always sits.
Ben 10 got shot and almost killed earlier today.
Because it be too much going on with this nigga, bro. And then what I don't like is, he always sending somebody else off to get they. You put cables, you sit back, call the shots, you put cables in niggas back. Now motherfuckers walk around shot up because of you.
What a shit
These
bag.
Niggas don't know. Ben 10 don't got an issue with this Detroit nigga. All this happening over you.
Tjay Prince do this a lot. He find flunkies who want to do stuff for him off the GP and off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? And he sit them on that mission. You know how many people is locked up because of this dude, because of they dumb, but he gonna use a flunky and crash him out. Same situation.
Yes, he is. He learned from the best. He learned from the best. A nigga learn from the best, man.
All right, y'all. So I'm sure by now everyone has heard what's been going on, as it's been said that allegedly Detroit rapper All-Star JR shot Ben 10 and another man after they were allegedly trying to take his chain. According to rumors floating around, it said that Ben 10 and others were instructed to attack All-Star JR by Tjay Prince Jr. when they spotted him in a restaurant called Confessions, located in Houston, Texas. The beef between the two allegedly stemmed from a beef the two had over Tjay Prince Jr. messing around with All-Star JR's baby mother, but then also allegedly putting hands on their child. And actually, when it comes to those claims, his baby mother would take to social media and say that those claims are false because nobody ever put hands on their child. And she would take to her IG story to say, quote, "I'm not one to speak on things publicly, but when it comes to my child, I will not stay silent. The claims being made are false. My son is safe, protected, and loved over here. Please stop spreading misinformation. Kill the fake news about Jersey. He is more than good." Now, keep in mind, like I told y'all before, anything you hear about anything on social media is all hearsay and is rumors circulating around social media, so take it with a grain of salt. However, it's being speculated that that was the reason the two got into it, and Tjay Prince told him when he catch him, he's basically up. Well, he caught him, told BEN10 and others to go take his chain, and while they were attacking JR, it appears he was able to get out a firearm and shoot. Now, we can't post the videos here due to YouTube and their guidelines, but if y'all seen the videos of JR getting stomped and rolled on by them people, then you will understand exactly why he had to allegedly shoot. And the crazy part about that is, if he is picked up for it, he just may be it due to claiming self-defense after it's been recorded that they were trying to rob him and attack him. Like, literally, it's on camera. Now, people on social media have been calling NBA BEN10 Donkey of the Day for basically listening to another grown man to go and do something to another man over a girl that he's not even smashing and getting shot over some cat that's not even his. Meanwhile, the person who allegedly sent him gets to skate off unscathed. Now, before we get into what people had to say, of course, Tjay Prince Jr. would chime in on all the accusations as he let social media know that it's all cap, and he kept it.
In gunfire and leaving 2 men in critical condition. Let's get right to KPRC2's Rochelle Turner live in the newsroom. Rochelle.
Keith and Lisa, we're learning more about one of the men shot. Family members tell KPRC he is rapper NBA BEN10. Now, he is affiliated with NBA Youngboy and the Never Broke Again Collective. Now, while police have not officially confirmed his identity, his family says he is alive and recovering in the hospital.
This is video of rapper NBA BEN10. Family members say his real name is Ben Anthony Fields. The 26-year-old was shot during a violent confrontation inside this Upper Kirby restaurant called Confessions Wednesday night.
There was probably, 20, 30 people in there and several servers and everything.
Police say a group confronted a man and tried to rob him of his chains. Investigators say that struggle lasted nearly a minute before escalating into a larger fight. Officers say the man was knocked to the ground and surrounded as multiple people joined in.
They're beating this guy pretty bad. They got him on the ground and beating him pretty good. Sometime during that part of the fight, our victim, who was originally looked like he was being majorly assaulted by several people and getting his chains ripped off, he presents a pistol. We don't know where he got it from, but he got it. Must have had it in his pants the whole time, but he got it out and started shooting randomly.
2 men were hit. One of them is believed to be NBA BEN10, according to family members. Both were taken to the hospital and remain in critical condition. Investigators say the man who fired the gun
just showed the
believed
man
to be
getting
the
on the
robber
stretcher
in
getting
critical
pulled out.
condition.
That's Buddy right there. Damn, that's Buddy right there.
Investigators say the man who fired the gun, believed to be the robbery victim, ran from the scene and has not been identified.
Bus Rose crazy looking like a crack egg.
Tjay Prince Jr. is the reason why NBA BEN10 got shot and almost killed earlier today.
Hey, this Many people believe a Mob Tyreek coming soon, and this is one of the reasons why. Make sure you watch the full video, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. This your boy Music 101, the Street Reporter, and I'm back with another video. Let's get into it. Last night, news broke that NBA Youngboy affiliate BEN10 and Texas rapper Dead End Run was shot at a restaurant in Houston.
Been pretty brief. However, for some reason, whenever it comes to someone losing their life or an altercation happening in Houston, it seems like he is somehow always around. But anyway, y'all hit the thumbs up button, hype the video so we can get it into the algorithm. And if you not subscribed to the platform already, make sure you do so now. Let's get into it.
Prince Jr. is the reason why NBA BEN10 got shot and almost killed earlier today. Tjay Prince Jr. been beefing with a local rapper from Detroit about his baby mama. How you beefing with another man about his baby mama? So Tjay Prince Jr. been rocking with her, and we all know Tjay Prince Jr. is tending about all his. When this man pulled up on Trey Songz trying to fight Trey Songz over her. So Tjay Prince Jr. been.
Yo, one thing I can say about Poetic Flacco, it don't matter who you are. I don't know what type of immunity he has or what type of backing this man has, but he don't care who you are. He either going to tell it all or he going to talk crazy about you. And yeah, this is Poetic Flocka.
And dropping sneak disses and dropping videos dissing the local rapper with the BM in the car. So they at a spot. The local rapper is also at the spot. Tjay Prince Jr. instructed NBA BEN10 and others to run up on the local rapper to snatch his chain. There's video of Tjay Prince Jr. literally got the local rapper in a headlock trying to take his chain while those other dudes is beating him up. The local rapper somehow, some way got a hold of that pistol and got busy. Fa.
Yeah, so now here's the thing too, right? Nobody really knows who had the firearm. Some people are saying that JR had it the whole time, and I guess once they was done stomping all over him, he brought it out and did what he had to do. Some other people are saying, no, that's not how it went. They had the firearm, he took it from them, and then somehow ended up shooting them as well. Now, to be honest with you, that sounds a little outlandish, a little 007, Mission Impossible. I don't know about that story. 9 times out of 10, what I think, when they were stomping on him, they didn't know that he was armed. When he finally broke free, you know, he handled his business.
I heard his name was like All-Star Junior or something. Listen, man, stop beefing about these hoes, man. He was made to get.
Check this man out. This Poetic Flocka, y'all. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
lying.
But anyway, he made
Stop
some good
beefing
points.
about these
Right.
hoes.
Stop
made to
beefing
get
over
fucked.
women. Simple as that. It's a million of them. And for the ladies too,
Bitches
stop
made
beefing
me
over
fucked.
men.
You
It's
heard
a
what he
million
said.
of them as well.
No
But
skip
at
over
the end of
that.
the day, man, it
Bitches
seems
made
like
to get fucked.
every time we hear about guys getting into it, somehow the root of it is
He
always
not finna keep talking over me when I say that. These hoes is made to get fucked. He just keep talking over me, but I know y'all heard me when he not finna just speed past that. You heard what he said. These hoes is made to get fucked.
a woman.
All right, not
It
carry
never
on.
fails.
Matter of fact, you going to the other one now.
The police spoke to the news and said a group of guys walked in a restaurant, started beating the guy, trying at a restaurant in Houston. The police spoke to the news and said a group of guys walked in a restaurant, started beating the guy, trying to take his chain. While he was on the ground, he pulled out a gun and shot 2 people. Trying. And run. The police spoke to the news and said a group of guys walked in a restaurant, started beating the guy.
Nightclub just behind me upstairs. 20s, another all throughout his arm. Lieutenant Arm guys. That altercation to him having a fist fight, and they just beating him pretty good. Sometime during that part of the fight, our victim, who was originally looked like he was being majorly assaulted by several people and getting his chains ripped off, he presents a pistol. We don't know where he got it from, but he got it. Must have had it in his pants the whole time, but he got it out and started shooting randomly. Looking at local hospitals, see if anybody else shows up, just in case another person might have been shot.
Now, the people that was at the restaurant, they thought BEN10 was dead. As you heard from the screams of one.
And then another young lady will run and tell the police a man upstairs is dead.
Somebody upstairs dead! Somebody upstairs dead! Please, I gotta go up there and go get him!
A young lady that was there, she spoke out and said, "We eating, taking shots." A big ass group of wiggers come in. They get the fighting wiggers that was there already. Next thing we know, they letting shots out in the whole restaurant. One man dead on the ground, one ran. But when I say it was so many shots let out, y'all, like, oh my effing God. As the rumor started circulating that BEN10 was dead, OG3 mom spoke out and said, 10 is alert. Please stop it with the made up stories. Young boy brother B-Way also spoke out and said, I don't want to talk. My brother ain't checked. OG33 also posted a screenshot of him on FaceTime with his mom while she was at the hospital with BEN10. First thing this morning, the internet started doing what the internet do. Detroit Hits posted, this the full story. Jay Prince Jr. put his hands on All-Star Jr. kids, and All-Star Jr. was pressing him about it. And Jay Prince told All-Star that when he see him, it's up. And Jay Prince Jr. got the drop on All-Star and went up there with BEN10 and the other Mob Ties members. And they started to jump on him and attempted to pistol whip him. But Jr. got a hold of their gun and started shooting and stood over BEN10 while all Mob Ties members ran.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Then the footage dropped confirming what he said.
Wow. Wow.
Then the footage dropped confirming what he said.
Let's go back to yes. Let's go back to oh, no. Yes. Wow. Wow.
Then the footage dropped confirming what he said.
Wow. Wow. Let's go back to yes. Let's go back to oh, no. What the fuck? Oh my God. Why they doing that? What is security? Oh my God, he got the tail. Oh man. Let's go, Jay. Let's go. Exactly. Like, damn.
You can see a group of men pulling and hitting All-Star JR, including BEN10 and Dead End Run, while Jay Prince Jr., OG3, and others watch. Now, before the shooting, you can see someone grab OG3 and escort him out. Why? Because OG33 is the brains and one of the key players in Youngboy's success. Protect and secure the bag. Make sure he ain't in no danger. And they did exactly what they supposed to do. As the fight continued, shots was fired, cameras was dropped, and people ran. Poetic Flacco will also come out and confirm why Jay Prince Jr. had BEN10 and others allegedly beat up and try to snatch All-Star JR chain. Check it out.
Jay Prince Jr. is the reason why NBA BEN10 got shot and almost killed earlier today. Jay Prince Jr. been beefing with a local rapper from Detroit about his baby mama. How you beefing with another man about his baby mama? So Jay Prince Jr. been rocking with her, and we all know Jay Prince Jr. is 10 about all his. This man pulled up on Trey Songz trying to fight Trey Songz over her. So Jay Prince Jr. been dropping sneak disses, been dropping videos dissing the local rapper with the BM in the car. So they at a spot. The local rapper is also at the spot. Jay Prince Jr. instructed NBA BEN10 and others to run up on the local rapper to snatch his chain. There's video of Jay Prince Jr. literally got the local rapper in a headlock trying to take his chain while those other dudes is beating him up. The local rapper somehow, some way got a hold of that pistol and got busy. Bow, 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 bow. I heard it was like All-Star Junior or something. Listen, man, stop beefing about these.
I want him to know that you moved on the game. Right, man, he a cheater, y'all. Oh, shit. That's mob shit. Nigga, she made it. Oh. Hey, you are. She made it. Trust the process. Man, I'm glad you left her alone. Oh, I'm glad y'all had differences. Because I'm the difference. Trust the process.
You feel me? Because it be too much going on with this nigga, bro. And then what I don't like is, like, he always sending somebody else off to get they. Like you said, you put cables. You sit back, call the shots. You put cables in niggas back. Now I'm walking around shop because of you. BEN10 don't got an issue with this Detroit. All this happening over you. You know what I'm saying? All that's happening over you, folks. BEN10, none of these NBA niggas know this. Don't got nothing to do with this. It's all your fault. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, bro, this BM. You this BM. You mad at him. You his BM all on the neck. Making her lick your arm. I swear to God, like he 145 pounds wet. When he get his arm like this, and she licked at the arm, I saw this a little ass boy. This little baby ass little boy. They be running around putting all these jumping cables and everybody think he got them a John Gotti.
So let's break this down. Jay Prince Jr. started messing with All-Star JR baby mama. Jay Prince Jr. allegedly put his hands on All-Star JR kids. All-Star JR check him about. You know, Jay Prince Jr., he feel like he the done, he the king. Bro got the nerve to check me, so he let him know. When I see you, it's on sight. These guys is fighting for their life because another man sent them on a dummy mission about some pussy. Jay Prince Jr. spoke out. He said the internet is cap. Now, what part is cap? I don't know. But in the video, we damn sure seen him there game. NBA young boy, top grade nigga, firm the black sheet. He spoke out and said, 10 good. Wiggers get shot every day, bitch. Check it out.
Oh, 10 good, man. Can't breathe. 10 good, man. Shit for people, man. For people to shot every day, bro.
Now, for what I'm hearing, All-Star JR is one of the ones. See, the internet label Chicago rapper Tjay Savage, John Wick, but they saying, nah, this right here is the John Wick. All-Star JR is the John Wick. They say he been in multiple situations like this, and he always came out on top. Now, he did take a headshot a while back, but they say even in that, he got a, this man ain't nothing to be played with. You got to know who your enemy is. You just can't be bullied. Because if they knew that All-Star JR was the Detroit John Wick, they know damn well not to run up on that man like that, though. Come on, man. Last thing I want to say, man, I wish BEN10 and Dead and Run a speedy recovery, man. These guys is fighting for their life for nothing over some pussy that they ain't even get. Crazy. But y'all get in the comments and tell me what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, turn on all post notifications. It's free. Do it for me. Hey, do me a favor. Look down right there to the bottom left and hit that like button for me. Hit that like button right there. I appreciate it. I continue watching. Promo alert. Promo alert.
And now you have a man that's basically fighting for his life because still we haven't heard what condition he's in. The last status we heard about BEN10 was he was in critical condition. So we don't really know if he survived. If not, who knows, man? But hope he has a speedy recovery. Y'all check out this next piece. It is always a woman. It never fails. And now you have a out today, man. It seems like every time we hear about guys getting into it, somehow the root of it is always a woman. It never fails. And now you have a man that's basically fighting for his life because still we haven't heard what condition he's in. The last status we heard about BEN10 was he was in critical condition. So we don't really know if he survived. If not, who knows, man? But hope he has a speedy recovery. Y'all check out this next video.
I'm not gonna back down to no nigga who I think ain't never did no gangster shit, bro. Like, I ain't gonna even lie to you, folks. I'm not. I can't. We just gonna have to die here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, bro. You feel me? Because it be too much shit going on with this nigga, bro. And then what I don't like is, like, he always sending somebody else off to get dates. Like you said, you put cables. You sit back, call the shots. You put cables in niggas back. Now motherfuckers walk around shop because of you. These niggas don't know. BEN10 don't got an issue with this Detroit nigga. All this happening over you. You know what I'm saying? That nigga look like he 145 pounds wet. When he get his arm like this, and she lift up his arm. Mind you, bro, this nigga BM. This BM, you mad at him. You and his BM all on the neck, making her lick your arm. I swear that nigga look like he 145 pounds wet. When he get his arm like this, and she lift up his arm. I saw this little ass boy.
Yo, he ain't never lied. And you gotta remember, Jay Prince Jr. isn't that big of a person. If y'all seen him, or if you haven't seen him in person, you know that he's not that big. Boy. But at the end of the day, it's always like that. Smallest guys, they got the most muscle, or for some reason, he got a group of people that fear him or just willing to do whatever. And they got power to do so. And he has that power, and he makes people do so. But like he just said, it's crazy the fact that you're sending people to take this man's chain or do something to this man, and you messing with his BM. It should be the other way around.
Right.
She licking his arm, looking crazy. It's just, and you know the thing about it, man, it gets to a point to where a girl is involved, of course, but then
LJ Prince Jr., man. LJ Prince Jr. I mean, you come from all that money, you can't find nothing else better to do with your time, nigga. You want to be out here doing bullshit ass hood rat shit with your fake friends. LJ Prince Jr., man. All that, like, bro. Focus on getting a Jay Prince Jr. island. You know what I'm saying? We know y'all got the hour. Focus on getting another hour. You're fucking up, nigga. You're fucking up. I know you're dead. I know your daddy that told you already, but you're fucking up, nigga. Stop fucking up. You're fucking up. You've been fucking up a little bit too often lately. Straighten up, champ. You're fucking up, bro.
But then the problems between the two always end up being over something else, because this one probably said something that there's no coming back from. So yeah, it stemmed from a girl, but that's really not why we beefing. It's really because you said something, but now it looks like we're beefing over a girl because in the beginning, that's what it was. But technically, it's really not that. You just said something I didn't like, and now it went further.
This little baby, little boy. They be running around putting all these jumping cables and everybody think he got them a John Gotti. Y'all know you crazy. No cap. You send a nigga off, they get these niggas up in there getting their ass shot all over the place.
Crazy.
Just getting over there, getting everybody. Oh, he dude up in there from Detroit. Oh yeah, you take some shells, you take some shells, you take some shells. Then it be always the nigga who did it and started all the shit that get away.
Every time. Didn't I say that? Listen, y'all, this is my first time watching it. Didn't I say that? It's always the people that start. You know, it's like drunk drivers, right? Whenever they crash into somebody else end up losing their life while the drunk driver is all intact, like nothing happened.
Not necessarily.
I don't know,
all
life
the time,
just happens
bro.
to work like that. But like I said, it's
No,
always
it
like
don't,
this
bro.
with a person who really
Not all
is
the
the
time,
cause of
bro.
all the bullcrap. Always.
Not all the time, bro. No, it don't. No, it do not, bro. It don't, bro. It's just certain situations happen to individuals, so they focus on that aspect of it. But statistically, bro, it's the numbers are pretty even for when you talk about that shit. And you're saying it's always, you know what I'm saying? It ain't. It really ain't.
Always get away scot-free. I don't know what it is. Let's check the next video.
Yo, unless you been living under a rock, you already
It's
been
probably
seeing what's
higher
been going on
percentage,
with
but
NBA young boy, little brother.
like
NBA
70,
BEN10. Now, NBA BEN10
65,
is in
or
critical
35.
condition right now from being shot after the incident where he was trying to take somebody's chain, or somebody that he was with was trying to take somebody's chain. And this culprit was Jay Prince Jr., and I'm about to tell you why. See, look here. I'm about to tell you some real deal. You feel what I'm saying? I've been in Houston for a while, mainly on the Southwest, Cook, White Cap, all that. If you know, you know, right? So, boom. I was dealing, or me and my little homies was dealing with an individual from Houston. You know what I'm saying? His father used to rap a lot or whatever like that. And he was hanging with Jay Prince. And by default, by us hanging with him, we also was hanging around Jay Prince for like maybe like 3 or 4 different times. This was around the time Von Miller won the championship. Von Miller had a party out there in Houston. He was at the club. Jay Prince was at the club junior, and we was with them, right? So boom. His whole MO and a little partner that's no longer my partner. Jay Prince got him and another dude that I know. Another dude that I know, he doing time right now unless he ratted and got out. I know one of them told on the other one, or they told on each other or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? This is what Jay Prince do. He was beefing, I think, with Moses Malone Jr. He sent the dudes to snatch the watch, right? The dudes that took the watch, I know they took the watch because one dude sold it and played the other dude out the money. You feel what I'm saying?
See? Look how that works, right? Y'all both got sent off to do something you got no business doing, and in the midst of that, now the person you did it with is trying to play you out the money, and now y'all into it, and now y'all end up going to jail for what?
This is what Jay Prince do right now. They're my partner. Jay Prince got him and another dude that I know. Another dude that I know, he doing time right now unless he ratted and got out. I know one of them told on the other one, or they told on each other or something like that. You feel what I'm saying? This is what Jay Prince do. He was beefing, I think, with Moses Malone Jr. He sent the dudes to snatch the watch, right? The dudes that took the watch, I know they took the watch because one dude sold it and played the other dude out the money. You feel what I'm saying?
See? Look how that works, right? Y'all both got sent off to do something you got no business doing, and in the midst of that, now the person you did it with is trying to play you out the money, and now y'all into it, and now y'all end up going to jail for what? Petty money too. Let's say you take somebody's watch. Let's say, right, $10,000 you get. Now you got to split that down the middle. Now technically it's only $5,000. You literally just put your life on the line, whether you almost lost it or you would have went to jail for $5,000. Let me tell you, when you sit in that cell, it may seem like a lot of money now, right? But when you sit in that cell,
that
you
shit
really
is
think
not
about that you wish your life
enough,
for $5,000, you're gonna realize that that's nowhere near
that shit
a lot of
ain't
money.
shit.
However, you traded your life for it. Now you're doing about 10, 20, sometimes even more, depending on
You
your
bet
own rap
off.
sheet.
You bet off pulling a little blue collar scam or some shit like that, whatever they call that shit, and hitting for about 5 M's and getting about 10 years or 5 years. You know what I said? $1 million years. You can put that up. And get out after doing 5 years. You got 5 years straight still. Stupid. You straight. What? All right. Don't worry about it. I'm coming home to that. I'm gonna get that. I ain't worried about shit. I'm getting that.
Both of them end up getting locked up. One dude supposed to have way more time, but he out of jail right now. Jay Prince do this a lot. He find flunkies who want to do stuff for him off the GP and off the muscle. You know what I'm saying? And he sit him on that mission. You know how many people is locked up because of this dude, because of they dumb, but he gonna use a flunky and crash him out. Same situation. He beefing with a Detroit rapper over his baby mama. How you beefing with another nigga over his baby mama? Boy, you're tender. You've been tender.
See, look. See, sometimes, you know what they say, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? And usually when a lot of people are saying something, right, as a collective, usually it's true. Here this man.
Nigga BEN10. That shit crazy, man. But how?
Man go another man saying basically the same exact thing, that this man is using people as send-offs. And you have people that do it, right? You got these young guys that may look up to him, whatever the case may be. But here you have these young guys throwing their life away because of one person using them as a flunky. And this is a continuous pattern. Not to mention, you hear what he said. This is something that he always do.
And look, y'all always talking about Houston player. Boy, Houston full filled with a bunch of niggas like this. Tender dick niggas who always feel play over a female. Now you almost got BEN10 killed. You hear me? BEN10, stay away from Jay Prince Jr. Stay away from Jay Prince Jr. You see what happened with Quavo, huh? You see what happened with Quavo? Quavo hung around him. And why you think he don't have too many niggas hanging around him for so long? Because he sent him on that crash dummy mission, and he tell him to rob somebody who probably messing with a female that he messing with. And the niggas who robbing, doing the robbing, don't even be knowing this half of the time. You feel what I'm saying? And the ones that do, it's just pure crash outs. Shit crazy.
See, you know what it is? You see people like him and older people, that's not the people that Jay Prince Jr. wants around. That's not the people that he's going to send off, right? Allegedly, when it comes to the takeoff situation. One of the kids that they're blaming for doing it was how old? Right? You see how crazy this is? And who did he have affiliation with? So it's becoming a pattern. And like he said, how you going to send somebody to do something to this man and you messing with his baby mother? It's backwards. But I guess that's what it is. Let's check the next video.
This BEN10 altercation. What is All-Star JR and BEN10 doing in tour with each other, right? They saying this all happened because of Jay Prince Jr. and All-Star JR youths got into it, right? And they're saying that All-Star JR stood over BEN10, boy. What? I feel y'all talking about your Detroit up, this and that. Bro, this is not good, bro. This is not a good look for our community, man. What is wrong with y'all, bro? Like, why can't y'all have real conversations and handle things, bro? Jay, it's the force of the force.
Well, to be honest with you, it was past talking once you send somebody to do any type of bodily harm to me. Once you send somebody to try to take my jewelry or do any type of harm to me, it's past talking. And it seems like it been past talking before these two even seen each other. It just went that way because they finally seen each other after having whatever conversation that they had behind the scenes. So it was past talking.
And listen, I don't give a fuck what a bitch say. Bitches lie more than lie itself. So fuck what a bitch say about anything. If a nigga feel that strongly about that shit and he got smoke with a nigga, the jit probably told him, and then he gonna believe that jit. Fuck what a bitch, I tell you, boy. Who tell the truth most? The child or a bitch? Who tells the truth the most? I'll wait. Man, a bitch lie more than lie itself, man. So if that nigga feel that way about that shit, fuck that. Fuck if the nigga feel that way about it. Why the fuck the other nigga feel so strongly about some shit? Man, that shit crazy. This shit wild, bro. And listen, the Offset just got shot this week. The same week, Offset just got shot. And this the same individual that was involved with his partner, his group, his brother getting shot. That shit wasn't meant for Ben. That's why he ain't not. That's why he gonna make it. I hope that boy make it, man. I really hope that boy make it because it wasn't meant for him. that shit wasn't meant for him, bro. Even though he was with the fuck shit, it wasn't meant for him. It wasn't meant for him, bro. It probably was meant for him, but you know what I'm saying. He ain't gonna know what I'm saying. And you know they say the good die young, but from what I've been seeing, he was a bad motherfucker. So, hey, man, I think he gonna make it out. I think he gonna be straight, man.
Okay, plus the situation in which they're beefing over is weird. It ain't about nothing except a woman. Like two grown men. Crazy.
Story, right?
Anyways.
J.R. Prince Jr. put his hands on All-Star Jr. kids. And All-Star Jr. was pressing him about it. And Jay Prince Jr. told All-Star that when they both named All-Star. Anyway. And Jay Prince got the drop on All-Star and went up there with BEN10 and the other Mob Tie members, and they started to jumping on him and getting attempted to whip him. But JR got a hold of their gun and started shooting and standing over BEN10 while all the other Mob Tie members ran. So basically, they went and jumped on him. JR fought. All-Star JR fought.
Yeah, listen,
and listen, that's some shit your bitch gonna do too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The nigga named All-Star JR. She gonna go fuck with another nigga named JR. She gonna fuck with another junior. Man, I was fucking with a bitch, man. I ain't even finna go. Because a couple of my bitches did this shit, so I don't want to even be specific. To say, oh, man, boy, y'all hoes crazy, man. Y'all hoes know y'all crazy as fuck.
That JR is messing him up.
I'll be playing dirty games.
The Jay Prince Jr. sent
But that's
crash
why I don't
outs,
even pay
which
attention
included
to that
BEN10
shit.
too. And
They
BEN10 got
can't
stood
even do no shit like that.
Crazy. All right, so the crazy part about this, y'all, is whether he had anything to do with it or
And
not,
that
right?
shit don't be having nothing to do with you. That's
The
their
fact that the
personal
whole
shit. That's
internet is
they do
basically
the
saying the
best
same
nigga
thing
they
is kind of
ever
crazy.
had. It's really a
Right? And as I
compliment.
always tell y'all, what y'all think the feds are doing? These people that get paid a lot of money to catch bad guys, what do y'all think they're doing? Crazy. Let's go to the next video.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the World's Dumbest Criminals. And today we got Jay Prince Jr. and a bunch of NBA niggas who decided to never make it to the league. They decided to get into it with my man All-Star JR. We're gonna promote you now to superstar senior. You are not a junior anymore. They said they got into it at this venue. They decided they was gonna snatch his chain, and he told them, "My chain for your life, we can swap it out." What happened? He decided to embody his inner John Wick, his inner equalizer, and now we are calling him the enforcer. He put on a hell of a performance, ladies and gentlemen. They said that he told them, "If you take my chain, yeah, right. You bet off saying the nigga took my life," and he took theirs. They say he decided to go John Wick and shoot everybody. He put on a hell of a performance. I'm telling y'all right now, Jay Prince Jr., y'all boys better not come to the city. Houston niggas are down 1 million. All-Star JR, you are not getting the key to the city. We salute you, and we tell you keep doing your thing, my boy.
Now, like I said, he just might beat this. Even if we don't know if he got picked up or anything yet, right? But let's say he does.
He
Because
did.
I'm pretty sure
That
there's
boy
an investigation
gone.
going on, being that 2 people was already shot.
They
But
ain't
here's the
get
thing.
him.
This is caught on
That boy
camera.
out of there.
So anything that they catch and they see this, 9 times out of 10, it's self-defense. So I can see him beating this easily because, as y'all know, it's 2026. Everything's caught on camera. Let's go to the last video.
Didn't we tell you niggas it's Detroit versus everybody? Hold on, man. So All-Star JR popped Big 10 on it because another grown man told him to go try to take his chain. Y'all, these some grown-ass men themselves. Still playing Simon Said Do This? Real definition of a goofy. I bet he didn't even know what the situation was. He just wanted to jump. You feel me? Niggas will do anything to try to fit in. All-Star JR is beefing with Jay Prince Jr. Right now, he's dating All-Star baby mama. He's saying that Jay Prince was putting his hands on All-Star kids. All-Star tried to let the nigga know, hey, you putting your hands on my kids, bro. Now we got a problem. Now somehow Jay Prince got the location where All-Star was gonna be at. They pull us up and they trying to rob him. Now he was trying to make an example out of him and take his chains. He wanted his chains. Now Jay Prince, he got the mob ties with him and he got these NBA niggas with him. He get them jumping him, right?
When you think about it, right? What was BEN10, NBA BEN10 doing with Jay Prince Jr. anyway? Now that I think about it, what was BEN10 doing with Jay Prince Jr.?
Get the scrambling and rambling. You hear me? He get a hold of one of their pew-pews. Sorry, bitch, get off me. He could have
Trying to
hit him. They
get a
say he
deal.
stood over the boy. Not only that, y'all, this nigga was really taunting this man with his baby mama. He trying to disrespect him, but at the same time, she don't even know. She's so bird brain. She just making herself just look stupid. He kissing this nigga muscle and everything. Look at this. I want to know that you gonna be. Hey, he a cheater, y'all. Oh, that's my nigga. She made it.
And these would be one of the first, these are the same girls, right? You see on Instagram, talking about boss life, independent, don't need no man, I'm this, I'm that. Look what you're doing on camera. Just think about, right? I wonder, do these women think about their children when they doing things like this? Right? And the fact that you're being recorded says it all. This is not something where, oh, that's my man, and no. And you on camera, and look at the person recording is like, oh, wow, mob ties-ish. So clearly you're not this man's wife or girlfriend, none of that. But yet you on camera literally kissing his muscle as he talk about your baby father.
Hey, you are. She made it. Trust the process. I'm glad you left her alone. Oh, I'm glad y'all had differences. Because I'm the difference now. Trust the process.
So then dog smoking puff. This shit so cornball. Sometimes ladies, y'all don't be picking up. Y'all don't be looking at these niggas when they be yapping about another nigga or I'm the difference. And like y'all be saying to y'all stuff like so corny. Like, I don't know, but y'all be falling. Anyways, Detroit versus everybody. JR, from now on, that's how you shoot.
All right, y'all. So that's pretty much it, man. You have a couple of people basically saying the same thing when it comes to the situation. I guess we will learn, or we already knew, that Jay Prince Jr. has a bunch of crash outs around him, even famous ones, right? But crazy situation. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. How do y'all feel about this All-Star JR and NBA Ben situation that allegedly All-Star JR shot Ben10 because they tried to rob him because Jay Prince Jr. told him? That don't even sound right. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content.
Yeah, man, we're finna wrap this up. It's 4 in the motherfucking morning. Appreciate you for stopping through. Hit the like, share, subscribe, all that. Leave your thoughts about this shit. It's fucked up. I hope that boy pulled through. You know, they say the good die young. You know that boy was a bad motherfucker. So, and it wasn't meant for him. So, I got faith he'll be straight. But keep it lit. Keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? Fuck that shade, get paid. And that's every single day. And this is another real nigga reaction. Never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Old ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest, you feel me? And do it capital, man. Try to create a positive impact today and later. It's too much negative shit going on in here, you feel me? So fuck a motherfucking hater. And stick to getting your motherfucking paper, nigga. You're fucking up, nigga. Straighten up, champ.
Baby, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision on the road to the rich. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365 until I reach the heaven.